am the Ronan Pawn, and welcome to twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn live stream on twitch.tv/Ronan Pawn. Kerbal Space Program. Yeah, KSP. Hello, Coconut Crackers and Pika Pup. Time for some hardcore pawn. Is that what it says back there? What does it say? Yeah. I guess that's what we're doing today. I have been enjoying my new Kerbal life. Do the live stream, get off, spend the next several days editing videos down from it. I've been genuinely enjoying it. I can't get Kerbal out of my head. I'm worried for the future of cluster truck speedrunning on this channel. I love going back and editing the video from the live stream. It's good. It's good. I'm starting out with a beer today. Remember a couple of weeks ago I said, we're going to start out with the water and then, after the first, it's a start on the beer day. Isn't it though? So welcoming to some KSP, to some Kerbal Space Program. I haven't opened the game yet. Oh, I have moved things around a bit. We shall discover together whether or not this works for Kerbal Space Program, because I didn't really pull up KSP while I was doing it. I just knew that, in the recordings, the last live streams, this being over there, there's a lot of things that Kerbal puts over there, so including the R&D Center, so I'm hoping that maybe if the chat is on this side and then those are down there, then maybe we could see, some or most of the things that Kerbal that are important. We'll find out together. Where's Kerbal Space Program? It is right there. So, folks, fellas, ladies, what? Updates? Did they... 1.10. 1.10. I saw Danny2462, because I'm still subbed. I didn't watch the video yet. But I did see that Danny said 1.10 was out, and here we are proving it, because apparently we have to download 1.10. Hope it doesn't break all of my fucking mods, I really shouldn't have told it, should have told it not to, because, 1.10, is that going to make all my 1.9 stuff? Are we going to spend the first 20 minutes of this live stream, uninstalling Scatterer and just pulling everything out of the game data directory? We could end up doing. I wanted to say, I have now finally seen Interstellar. I watched Interstellar last night. Don't say it. I watched Interstellar last night with my lady friend. She showed me Interstellar. I fucking loved it. It was a great movie. It was very fucking good. I have one niggling, what? About the movie, and everything else I'm fine with, because the movie kind of snake eating its own tail. It explains everything at the and just everything makes sense by the end of it, sort of a deal. Hey, we're ready to launch. But I do have one niggling complaint about Interstellar, the pedant of me being did I miss something? And tell me if you have seen this movie and you know what I'm on about here. Did I miss something in that, why they don't have more information on these on these planets that they go interstellar for? I'm not trying to say anything about any, but the thing's called Interstellar, so you knew there was going to be other. Why didn't they have any reasonable information? Why couldn't they know that the one planet is what it is from just looking at it while they were coming up on it? Well, why couldn't they know based on the I don't know. It seems odd to me. That confused me so much I ended up turning it off, says Pika Pup. What? What in particular? Why didn't they have the I understand, so there's a premise that's there's a thing and then they couldn't get the signals back, but once they're on the other side, once they're in the other, then why don't they? And I'm trying desperately not to spoiler this up, so it's not gonna make a lot of sense, the words that are coming out of my mouth right now. But so once they're on the other side, why don't they, surely you can transmit from that side while you're on that side, and why don't you have a satellite that's over there that's been waiting and it's got all the information, and boom, you download it? Why, what about from the surface of these planets where the things are, and then the thing and the guy and the stuff and the people? Really trying to avoid the spoilers here. Why is there signals being, why isn't there more? And they do have some. They've got some information. But it's then how do you end up going to this and not knowing that and not having reasonable conclusion based on just pulling up on it and being oh, that planet's all, it's... It's my only little complaint, and it is a very little complaint because it's an excellent film that I very much enjoyed, and especially the visuals of it and the plot. There's a lot of interesting things going on in there. I could talk for ages, but I won't. Yes, I will. I will talk for at least 3 to 4 hours, mainly about Kerbal Space Program as we try to play it, though. So 1.10 Shared Horizons. Welcome to the 1.10 update of Kerbal Space Program. This is a special one. We've worked with the European Space Agency to bring some fantastic new content and a big addition to the KSP solar system. First off, our collaboration with ESA brings KSP versions of PTB and PTA and SGQWFL. Versions of the real-world Bepi Colombo and Rosetta missions. Okay. And you can play them without the Making History deals. Well, I've got it, though. Damn it, what did you give me for having the DLC that I didn't pay for and other people did? If you know your space trivia, I don't. I'll skip it. We've added several new parts to the game and updated others. First, an array of new flag parts so you can decorate your rocket with a variety of flags for those multi-mission or multi-agency craft. Second, we've added a smaller version of the Claw. And a new... I'm sorry. And a new science experiment, the magnetometer. The magnetometer? The magnetometer? The magnetometer. The retainer of magnets. There are also new variants of some tanks, SRBs, decouplers, fairings, have not only new variants, but some updated functionality as well. Go check them out. And then there's a suit picker that lets you choose different suit types and colors. Ooh, that's neat. And then much easier for modders to add their own textures to the game. Did you break all the modding that already worked? Because that usually happens between... Okay, thanks. We'll discover it as we play, I guess. Nothing like starting up KSP after years of being away, and then they immediately release a new version that breaks everything, probably, because that's the history of KSP, isn't it? Mappycraft and BenVOZ, thank you for the subscriptions. 8 months for Mappycraft. Money time! Thank you. And BenVOZ, I was watching old KSP videos, and I came across something interesting of yours, which leads me to ask, when are we going to get Transgender Thursday back? As soon as you get me drunk enough is when that comes back. What are you talking about? KSP after 8 years, I love it. Everyone must know about Shin Megami Tensei. Can I send the link? Shin Megami Tensei? I don't know what that is. No links. No weeb links. Hey, does it look better? I don't know. Let's start the game. Let's get in here. Resume saved. You were the speedrun guy, right? I used to do speedruns. Remember that was like a week and a half ago or something. We haven't been doing Kerbal long. But yes, I speedrun Kerbal Space Program. I speedrun Cluster Truck. And I have grave concerns about when we'll get back to Cluster Truck because I am so enamored with complaining about Kerbal Space Program, which is just what I do. Shin Megami Tensei is like Persona. Oh, is it? Yeah, so I saw Interstellar. It was good. I enjoyed it. I didn't realize it was gonna be 13 hours long, but I was fine with that. When I got right down to it, I was pretty much okay with that. It's apparently night at the Space Center, and Scatterer does still seem to be a thing that's working. Good. Let's go to the next morning here and hope that we don't lose an opportunity to do a mission or something, because I did. But yeah, Scatterer and Eve are still doing their things. Good. Where are we right now? We have put 2 probes on the surface of the... Oh my god, what? Okay, we've got a lot more missions going on right now. A lot more missions available that we didn't have before. We've got Satellite in Orbit of Kerbin Polar. That would actually be kind of cool. But I wanted to come out to go to the moon because we currently have a bunch of take temperature scan things. Where's my craft, you silly one? This one comes back. Is that you? That's you. So we've got a craft down there, and that one did not come back and cannot come back. But the other one is the Pinball Wizard, which is here, and that one did not come back and definitely can't come back. So we need to get to the moon and come off of it today. Is the thing that needs to happen. But before that happens, I've got ideas anyway. We've still got the land on the moon and return to Kerbin from the surface of the moon mission there. So we've done. There's one check mark. Will you ever do anything with channel points as DMCA official? I don't know. No. When there's like, like 80 people showing up to every live stream, I'll consider it. Until then, I can't be fucking asked. What were my thoughts? We are up to 309,000 Kerbins, and I need to be able to upgrade the VAB to make it easier to go to and come off the moon. We might be able to do it. We've tried twice already. And with the ship that I built, we could, if we could keep the ship upright on its way up. We built I'll show you the damn ship. Come on into the VAB with me. Come on. Come on, let's go see the ship. Didn't fucking do it. It would have done it. It would have done it if the damn thing would have stayed upright. It was you. This one comes back. Look, it's got all the Delta V we need. It's a perfect, simple 30 parts count. How much? It's 30 parts count craft that can go to the moon and come off with a probe. That's all we were trying to do. The one small hiccup. No, that's a cough. The one small cough in the program is that the damn thing won't stay upright as we take it out of atmosphere. It fucking flips. And I tried slowing down. I tried doing it a bunch of different. I can't get it to fly. I need fins on it. So how do you get fins on it? Well, you take 3 things off of it that you need. And we could probably do that by just deciding we're not going to take any science whatsoever. Take off the science bay and the science that we're bringing along. Well, leave the science bay, but we could throw that. We could throw all of the science off, and then we'd have 3 parts, and then I could put 3 fins on this thing, and it would probably fly to orbit. But I don't wanna. I got a different idea. I got a different plan. Hello, Hologram Juan. Welcome. Upgrade launch pads, says Jermacy. Launch pads already upgraded. We have upgraded that, which means that we're not weight or height limited to any degree that matters. 140 tons, 36 meters. We can build tall, we can build fat. What we can't build is more than 30 parts, and that's because of the VAB, and we need 450,000 Kerbins to upgrade it. So, I like me some tourist missions. And we don't have any science. Did we buy we bought the tiers though, right? We already bought them. Let me just go and check and make sure that we bought the tier that gave me with the fly majigger and the madoodle and there it is. We have. We've got the Mark 1 crew cabin. We spent the last of our science at the end of the last live stream buying it. Wait, what? Wait, what? Did I see dynamite? Oh, the flag is now a part. RFP flag, so you could just attach a part, or the flag as a part, and then probably right-click it and change what flag it shows. 4 variants available. Nifty! Okay, so we're discovering things about the 1.10, or the 1.1. 13 minutes and you're already shouting. What happened? Well, I was just reflecting on, what happened last time. If you want to learn more about Shin Megami Tensei, I'd recommend Marley's introduction to SMT. I said no links! Damn it. We don't have any moderators here. I don't care. Did you already exploit all the Space Center science pawn? No. No, I haven't. But, the next tiers, they cost too much for me to be bothered. So, as the light flickers above me and causes me to flicker as well, I like me a tourist mission, and we could now do a tourist mission. So each of these boys want to orbit around the moon. That's a bit much for our first, tourist mission. Do I have any ferry a VIP safely to her destination for 23,400? That's a flyby of the moon and an orbit around them. Okay, so orbit the moon. Upgrade mission control to take all the tourist contracts. No, I need the money for the VAB. You would spend... Thank you for spending so freely, Jermacy. But I can't spend freely, it's hard mode. And Dank Dog, I'm ready to watch some hardcore porn. Okay, well, they didn't give me, the tourist missions that I wanted. So what's the difference here? Orbit around the moon for both of them. Why does Dilly get the fucking deal here on 11,700? The orbit around the moon, I don't know if you know this or not, but the orbit around the moon requires a flyby of the moon. So we shouldn't be giving out fucking discounts for the Fed. Oh, we'll just orbit it without a flyby. That's not how it works. Houston, have you been taking these? No, that's more Gene's department. Gene, don't give them discounts for no flyby. We can't not flyby and get in orbit. Actually, if we can, I need to know how that's done. Teleportation would be handy. I can't watch hardcore porn. Damn parental controls, Pika Pup. Who's tourists? Is Maverick. We're gonna do the tourists. So this one's worth more. We would take up 2 of them instead of just the VIP. 23.4 plus 39 plus 39. Whereas this is 23.4, 39, 39, and 11.7, 39. We might as well take up 2, right? We might, so I'm gonna do that. We're gonna take that. I only have room for 1 contract because we're still trying to come off of the moon, but now I have to take 2 tourists to orbit the moon and come back. Can we do it? I genuinely don't know. But it'll get us some money, and then maybe we'll be almost... We'll still need to do another mission. Once we've got one that does it, we can do it again, and then we'll have the money to upgrade the VAB, maybe. Could be how this goes. So this lands on the moon. It does land on the moon. And the way this actually worked was that the lifter stage got us to not quite orbit, and then this stage took over and pushed us to orbit. How much weight are you carrying is my quick question. So if I rip off this, that's only 0.68 tons. That's not, it's gonna weigh a lot more to get a Kerbal there. Well, shit. I want to build from scratch. I don't, but I'm gonna have to probably. You could, you know what? Don't build from scratch. Instead, give me, reroute the part to this, because we're gonna need that part. Just
free return around the Mun with a probe flying the mission and the 2 tourists riding in the cabin.
I don't need your handouts. I'm an adult.
Love your stuff, porn. Keep up the great content.
I'm being inundated with cheers. Thank you, Jermacian. That is what we're going to do, except for not a free return because I need to orbit the moon. So I gotta get into... I suppose if I did it just... I gotta orbit it, so it's not quite a free return. And Gingy won with 1,000 bits. Again, love your stuff, Pawn. Keep the great content. Thank you so much, Gingy. I got a thing from you. What did I get this time? Pride Wave. Okay. Yeah, that's... At some point, is this like a little bit... like offensive? Because I mean that's a penguin wearing a top hat off to the side and it's pink and wearing glasses and it's waving with a rainbow in the back, and it's like at some point, you know, do I have to be like an 80s caricature in order to be gay? Is that a thing that has, you know, to be non-cis? Is that what we have to do? That is not a penguin. Well, what the fuck is it then? It's a monstrosity. Oh, it's a dolphin. Oh, that makes it so much better. At some point. There is a jumping of the shark here. Did you hear what Nickelodeon said? No, what did they say? Is this a joke? Is this a Ligma joke? Are my balls gonna come into this? The sponge is the... Oh yeah, no, I heard about that. SpongeBob is gay. Yeah, I did hear about that. That's all I heard. Little late, but you know, if he's, especially if they did like an episode of him discovering himself, then there you go. That's I don't know. I don't give a shit. What am I doing? You're ripping the top off of this thing, I think right down to this fuel. We just need to orbit it. We don't need to land on it. So if I rip all you off, and then slap on, well, we need, is it utility? Is it, cargo? I would think that the being able to send Kerbals where you want them, they'd be considered cargo, right? That's gonna be a problem. Where the hell do we store the tourists' devices? Robotics? Is it under robotics? Engines, fuel tanks? Like, it's not, what the fuck? I've just gone through, oh, there it is. It's under utility. I thought it was under utility, but I didn't see it. So buy me into that. How much do you weigh? You're 1 ton. Okay? Yeah. We can do that, and then... Shit. Pawn. What? Shit. If I go back. You go back. You son of a bitch. You, like, pull... In fact, just yank... Oh, God. Put it back the way it was. Yank from here. You made the damn decouplers too small. They can't be clicked on. 1.10. Already fuck it up. Put you on there. You on there. This has science, but it's also got our probe built into it in a way that... Why though? Like that. in fact, it's the other way, I think. I think it's supposed to be like that, because it's heavier on this side. Yeah, so that's how we had that set up before. So it's got our probe, it's got reaction wheels, and it's got a battery. Are all built into that, along with science. We're back at 30 parts count. Now, the question is that enough delta V to get the job done? And right now we're looking at atmospheric delta V, or rather sea level delta V. So we have 609, well, that's, you're firing everything at once, you silly, silly bastards. You know what? Let's not worry about science. We've already been there, we've done it before, and we're gonna want fins. So if I yank all the science off, then that gives me enough. To actually put some fins on this damn thing. So, you, sir, and I want them dolphin style, 3-sided symmetry for the win. Down there, that maybe will help us keep from toppling over. You've done it again. What way are you facing? Okay, I was wrong when I did that the last time. You need to and spin. So, no, like that. I was right the first. There you go. All right. Unless I've got the octo in the wrong position now, and it's gonna screw up our nav ball when we get out there. So that allows us to have the fins, and what have we got now? We've got 1640 plus about 700, so 1650 plus 700 is 2350, 2350. That gets us out into space, and then, once we are in space, we switch our delta V to in vacuum, and we see that the upper of this has 2,494 meters per second of delta V. That is more than enough to come and go at the moon carrying these tourists. They do, however, need to come home. So this needs a little bit of reorganizing of where the heat shield is, and also having... do we not have... We've got one parachute in the top of that, and that will almost certainly get the tourists killed. So that's the thing we want to be aware of. Why can't I get a hold of the heat shield? Just the heat shield, please. Just the... Alright, so you gotta reroute. Reroute to the... I swear I pressed 4. Reroute. Thank you. And then rip you off. Put you over here. You can ditch the landing legs. Oh, I can ditch the landing legs. Unless... that might help us come down. Oh, they're gonna fucking topple and die, aren't they? Well, yeah, we'll have to look at... Alright, so if we ditch the landing legs, and then we also need to, you silly git, you need to stop. You need to, with you off of there, you off of here, this is all one piece, being flown by a probe. And then, when we come home, we want to drop the fuel tank, we want the ablator on our ass-facing side. Ass face is... no, not like that, like that. Thank you. And then, have you... You did it again! You ended up spinning in the direction with the... You're pissing me off here. So if I spin you that way, and then I spin the whole ship that way... Alright, we'll see how I fucked up the nav ball with this later. But it's fine for now. Well, except for now, these guys need to... You should be... I mean, they want to have the right kind of view. So yeah, like that. Like that. They don't want to be sideways. You're going to want a water landing. Don't land vertical, though. Put the other parachute on the back of the craft so it splashes down horizontally. It's safer. Is it? Okay. For enough. So we've got the parachute on the tip of it, and then... But we need, for symmetry's sake, we'd want 2 parachutes. So let's get these stages sorted, because I've got them wrong right now. I want the liquid angel to start from there, and then we want delta V at sea level, or just, it's the same unless you change the settings. But so that is 1509.88. What's the TWR on those stages? 1.32 and 1.35. Wow, that is a low start on those, but it's because I've thrust limited them. And I thrust limited them to try and not get enough overwhelming speed in the atmosphere. I will bring that up a bit because that is wasting liquid fuel in the lower atmosphere, but I'm not going to go much higher because we know that this ship has been dangerous to fly in the past. It flips. It wants to do fucking somersaults on the way up. Use the open science bay as fins for coming back like a dart. You know what? I should open it up for the sake of landing. They actually do work pretty well for you know, landing on them. If something's tipping over, open up the doors on your science bay and on your storage pod, and it will keep you alive. So that's 908. That's 2,500 meters per second. That's even better with what we've got right now. And then you break off, and then we switch over to that engine, and then we break that off, and then we fire the one parachute that we've got. We would want another parachute. And I would want two, really. I would want to, but I'm willing to try this. I am willing to try. Are you on? What's the center over here? I'm willing to try this. Alright, well, you gave me two. Maybe I should just accept that you gave me two. Because we've got one under the nose cone. Yes, I can see it there when I do that. You can see that there's one under there. Let's try with just one. I mean, if things go wrong, we can just bail out of this launch and set them down in the water. It'll be fine. We're 11,000 for this craft so far. My God. That's an expensive flight for them to be paying me what they are. Thanks, Gene. 28 tons, 28 out of 30 parts. We could actually put some science back on here. We'll just take the lightweight shit. Well, wait, do you have everything that you need? We've got 2,500 delta V to get us out into vacuum, and then once we're in vacuum, we've got 2,000 meters per second delta V to move us, to get us a circularization of the moon. By the delta V map, once we're in orbit, if we've got 2,000, we're going to have to spend some of that. But we need another 860, 310, 870, it's 1,100, 1,200, let's say 1,200 delta V to get the orbit. We should have enough to get the orbit and return, even dropping some of our, leaving some of our delta V in finishing the circularization at Kerbin. I think we can get it. I think we can get it, especially with, you know, proper moon maneuvers. You could try to recover the launch stage. It'd probably go horribly wrong, but you could try. No, absolutely not. Yeah, I think we're good. I will slap the thermometer. And barometer in here. You know what I should do, actually? What should you do? What? I should put them both on this side to try and counterbalance the parachute. It's not gonna... This is 0.01 tons, and that's 0.1 tons, so it's not a lot, but, you know, it's there. But yeah, both of you being on that side, that's fine by me. Close that up. 12. Alright, so... Mooner... Tourer. The Mooner Tourer. Mark 1. If there is a Mark 2, please notify the survivors. We don't want a Mark 2, we want this to actually just work. We've got power on this. Yeah, this is a decent craft. In fact, we've only got one on one side. You're actually incredibly lightweight, aren't you? Like, nonsensically, you are 0.005 tons. It's the same as a thermometer, this solar panel. Bullshit. Bullshit's fine, though. Is this craft actually flyable? So we fire off the two SRBs, and we break those off as we switch over to liquid fuel. And we drop the liquid fuel when it's out and switch over to the little guy, and then we drop that when we're coming home. We pop both the parachutes. Parachute's good. As long as this... Here's the last thing that I really need to check. As long as this will keep its ass into the wind when we are coming back. So center of mass is pretty central. If I move you down, that will pull the center of mass further toward the buttocks, and then we just hope that that parachute doesn't, like, burn up in atmosphere as it's coming and going. I could move that down too, but it doesn't really count for much on the weight. This is below the middle point of the craft, so it should favor this end of things. I'm also I've only got 80 on the ablator. I could, you know, if I do that, then I'm leaving Delta V behind, but I'm also pulling that down. I don't think it's worth it for what we're getting there. So we'll stick with this as it is. Number 12, ship number 12, Mooner Tourer Mark 1. We don't have any of our own crew on here. It's just the tourists, so we should be okay. Hello, Bull Devon. Has anyone seen Val, says Darth Angelus? She's been in contact. I'm pretty sure Houston might have heard from her or something. So, yeah, I think we're good here. Delta V, wise. We're gonna save it and launch it. It's, just bear in mind, Pawn. Doesn't matter if these people live, they're tourists. All they're really good for is crashing Kerbal Space Program 1.10. What is this exactly? This is, I've never seen this before. Is this new to 1.10 or is it just something I'd never seen before but it's been around for a while? Are they submitting a it broke report right now? Because it doesn't even say what it's doing. It's just a Kerbal with an exclamation point. Does he have a mission for me? Am I supposed to return this to the quest giver? Fuck! Okay, 1.10. Am I going to be able to launch a craft today? Never seen that before. Well, it's the 1.10. We literally just downloaded it, and I do have mods that have not necessarily been updated to the 1.10, and I didn't have much say-so in that it upgraded to the 1.10, and fuck. I crashed the ship so hard the universe exploded. I didn't crash the ship yet. This is what Kerbal Space Program is and has always been. This is a, like, built-in part of playing Kerbal Space Program, is everything breaking constantly. And we've just gotten started again, so it's not annoying the shit out of me yet, but it will come to. And I sure the fuck hope that Private Division working on KSP 2, or Private Division, it's Star something, whoever's working on KSP 2, I sure the fuck hope that they give us a version of Kerbal Space Program that does not break every single fucking time you play the game. Because I'm certainly sick of it. And man, when I was making content around Kerbal Space Program and making the fucking stage plays, camera angles, and all kinds of shit that I was doing for YouTube back in the day, oh my god, you put all this work and all this time into, like, trying to get things into the right position, and then the game crashes. You know, you just learn to F5 and make duplicate copies of save files and shit, and it's just, it's awful. It's awful, you know? It's like Firaxis with XCOM. It's never stable. It's never free of bugs. It's never done. And it's always like, but it's okay because we added new shit. Make a stable fucking game to start with. Did his PC crash now? Hopefully I'm still alive, or still online here, because it looks like it is on my side. Game-breaking ship design is just the way Pawn does things. Damn Skippy. Start the game. Resume the game. Hardcore Deus Ex. This time I'm going to try and load the ship from the launch pad. And if it doesn't work, then... Can I tell Steam to download the 1.9 and replace, you know, like, downgrade? Is that a thing you can do? We're going to try and launch it from the launch pad, and it's going to be the 12, the Mooner Tourer, and we need Dilly, and we need Liston in there. I didn't do that last time, so maybe that's why it broke. Launch it. I don't know what's over there, but my eyes keep looking over there. Hey, no, it works. All right, we got it. We made it in. It didn't crash. Why were there two? Dilly's screwed. Why is Dilly screwed? They're both tourists. They both want to come along. This is Dilly and this is Willie. Or this is Philman and this is Seymour. I didn't catch the names and I don't know which one of them is which. I don't really, it's not my concern. My concern is to attempt to not kill them with a craft that before we put those 3 fins on, every time we tried to take it up, it flipped an atmosphere. So we'll find out. Do we have SAS? We have SAS. Do we have throttle? We have throttle. Does the staging look appropriate? We got those, and then these, and then you do the thing at the same time as that, then we break it off, we bring it back. The staging looks appropriate. Houston, can we get a countdown?
What just happened, Pawn? I suddenly felt as though I had, fallen into a black hole.
Did you watch Interstellar the other night, too? I just watched Interstellar.
No, the movie's been out for ages. Jesus, you hadn't seen Interstellar? You run a space program?
I don't have friends.
I fail to see how that relates.
They never showed me the movie. Just give me a countdown.
In 3, 2, 1, fire!
And we're up and away incredibly slowly at 1.4 TWR, if I recall correctly.
Don't forget to have the tourists sign the accidental death waiver. Oops, too late.
You know what? That's Gene's department, and we actually made it so that he is personally liable and responsible for, if they haven't signed the waiver. So it's not. I'm fine. It's not gonna come back to haunt me. I'm not doing any more time. Not anymore. We're up and away. We've made 140 meters per second, and we're going good and slow down here in the lower atmosphere, which was my goal. We've gone only halfway through these solid fuel boosters, and we're only, 2.5 kilometers up. So these are probably going to get us to 8K, he said, since our speed is now running away on us, and we're drifting up to we're drifting to the south, but it's up the ball. Come on. I am holding up right now as hard. You see the pitch next to me? See the pitch? I'm holding that to try and keep us on the 90. My God, does it want to do things. Oh, do not flip over. Do not flip over. There we go. Just keep it really, really close to the prograde. Damn, dead center of the prograde, Pawn. Dead fucking center on that prograde. And we've got liquid fuel. And we're making just enough speed. This one might not topple in the atmosphere. We might have built a ship that can fly just by putting those fins on the bottom of it. I do need you to come... Oh, I don't need you to, but I'd prefer you to come back down a little bit more on the east, and I would like to start tipping you down now that we're at 15K, but I don't want to tip you over. Tip you down, but not over is basically my standard there. Yep. Good. This is all going well. It definitely wants to turn itself down, the ball, toward the east, which, is great and all. But we're holding it together, 23 kilometers so far. I need the apoaps and whatnot. We're at 48K on our apoaps. I'm going to turn down a lot harder now. We're well out of the deeper portions of the atmosphere, so it should be safe to do so. 55K on the apoaps. This has not been a very efficient turn. We are coming up really, really high. But, the ship didn't flip in midair like it liked to do before, so I'm going to call it a fucking success. 65K on the apoaps at this point, going orbital on the readings now. 68, 69, and 70 kilometers. I don't want to waste fuel, so we're going to stop at 70.5 and probably fall back into the atmosphere. We'll be fine. We'll just barely not re-enter the atmosphere is my plan. Good comeuppance. Are you guys happy? You enjoying the view? It's a bit upside down for you, isn't it? Is that how you came up? I may have assembled the ship wrong. Were you guys upside down the whole time? You know what? Don't worry. We keep the blood in your head so you don't pass out. There's a lot of G-forces involved in this. So yes, we have an apoaps of 70.3, and we are going to have not much circularization out of that comeuppance because we were going straight up most of the time. But hey, it's the first time this craft has actually gone up without trying to go back down. For some reason, whenever I use liquid fuel, it doesn't work. I know that it doesn't come with its own fuel, but it doesn't work when I give it fuel either. It says X slays the wizard YouTube. Really? Liquid fuel? So you put the fuel on, you put the engine on, and then you throttle it up. Have you been throttling it up? The throttle over there. You hold shift to have the throttle come up. You can hit Z to make it just go straight to full throttle. But, yeah. Why would liquid fuel not work? How are we doing? We're good. How's our electric charge? We're good. We're actually generating some electricity. Good. Coming up to space now. We aren't in space for long once we're in space, so I'm going to have to burn, like, pretty immediately. Let's get here on the and then I'm drifting down, and we're going past our apoaps, so let's get back out to map mode, and let's fire up those engines and pull the apoaps back out in front of us, please. Back out in front of us, please. Back out in front of us, please. Come on. I don't need to be in atmosphere while I'm making this. I'm going to be in atmosphere while I'm making this burn. Pull it up. Pull it up. Here we go. Yes, yes, yes. Thank you. We're just barely in atmosphere. It doesn't even count, or it does. I don't know. Okay, now we'll be in atmosphere for the rest of this. You tried to cut things close, didn't you, Pawn? Yes, yes, it did. Also, we're almost out of liquid fuel. I need that apoaps to be out in front of us, so that when I do this, we've got some room to not have it just rush in on us immediately. 330 kilometers negative on the periapsis. This is not bad. This is not bad. We probably have enough delta V for this to work. Don't let the apoaps get behind you. Hold it. Hold it. Okay, we're good. We're good. And then apoaps or periaps still coming up. I'll just nose down a little bit more now. Hold those figures up for me, please. Okay? No. You'll come back. She'll come back to me. Okay, periaps is about to appear for us. We've got a periaps now, and I'm just going to slow the ship down so that we can make this an efficient orbit. So very tight to the atmosphere there, 70.3 and 71.7 on our circularization of Kerbin. Very nice. We have 1,377 meters per second of delta V remaining. That is really, really, really fucking tight to make it to the moon and back. To orbit the moon and back. Look at our delta V map. We need, what was I saying? 860 plus 10 is 870, plus 300 is 9, is 10, is 1170. So we need like 1,200 to get to the moon and make the orbit and then to come back. But we can do it better. Or we can leave some tourists in space. I'm not sure. We're going to try for this. It's really fucking tight. But, you know, I can do it because I'm me, is what he said just before he killed those poor tourists. Remember that? Set as the target. Don't. Where's my ship? It's somewhere back there. All right, so there's Kerbin, and my ship is set. No, don't. Just switch. I'm not switching to anything. You focus. Focus on the ship. You don't. All right. I'll just go through all the planets. Shift tab takes you backwards in this list, but it also does things with steam, so very bad idea to have that on shift tab, wasn't it? What orbit is required for the contract? The contract requires that I fly by and orbit the moon. For both of them. So, we'll be fine. Is what I've decided. Will be the truth. Oh shit, we're out of contact. I didn't open up the antenna. I didn't do anything. So here's another issue with satellites is currently we are not connected because we don't have line of sight to one of our few ground stations that we actually have in hard mode. So waiting for that communication to come back in as the moon will start rising on us, making our transfer to the moon that much less efficient and making it that much less likely that these tourists actually come back. We'll see. I like to scrape by on, vapors of fuel. I really needed to put the antenna. The antenna wouldn't have helped with this. Line of sight is line of sight. Come on, where's the moon? It's coming around the edge really quickly. Yeah, it's right there, and we still don't have communications. Come on, give me communications. There we go. We've got comms. So 1, open you up. 2, where's my U? Extend the antenna, and then get on your prograde and fucking go. Because as soon as we're away from Kerbin, line of sight will be easier to have. Boom, go. Go. A little late for leaving for the moon, but it's the best we could do. No size requirement, then orbit can be real big. Well, what we found in practice of the last couple of missions was that using the Oberth effect, the best way to go to the moon and orbit it and come back is to actually get very, very close to the moon with a nice large orbit, and that will technically do it, and then, for the contract, and then to come off. So we will be employing the Oberth effect for these maneuvers. Man, I am angling a little bit up on the ball from where, you know, my prograde is because we left late. So I'm trying to, maybe I was supposed to burn more toward the planet. I'm not sure. But this should very shortly give me a moon encounter. There we go. We've got a moon encounter. And then I want that periapse to get really, really, really close to the moon. Like, really close to the moon. Okay. Okay, we'll say 20k. 20k periapse at the moon. I'm happy with that, maybe. We'll see. Can have a super loose orbit. That's the idea, is to have it be like way up and then back, so long as we're still in the SOI. We now have 512 meters per second of delta V left in these tanks. Let's refer to our delta V map. So delta V map saying that if I've got the transfer right there, 860, we need 310 to make the orbit, and we've got 500 and some, 510, that's perfect. That's fine. It's a lock, unless it's not, because I don't really fucking know. But it seems like 200 meters per second of delta V to get back using a moon gravity assist. There's a chance in hell. There's definitely a chance in hell. Before we leave for the moon, we're going to go ahead and put the probe into... I might even just throw... Well, no. I'll throw you over here, I guess. Pin you down. And we want to put this into hibernation mode. Yes. Hibernate and warp can be auto, in fact. So we'll leave that there for now. No, we won't. It's ugly. Get it off my screen. I made Kerbin and I made this game look good. I make this game look good. And that's arguable whether it is or not. Alright, so we're leaving now. We're heading out. Goodbye, Kerbin. We'll see you later. Ooh, I heard we've got new science in. We've got a whole bunch of science. We got the temperature scan and the atmospheric pressure scan. We've been to the moon. We've done these missions before. If this is valid science, I'm gonna fucking take it. Because I don't know where else we'd get it except for landed back at Kerbin on this mission. Measuring the temperature of space appears to be quite impossible. Yes, we've read that before. 7.2 from you. Atmospheric pressure scan is worth 10.8. Vacuum, it reads 0. It's as though it were in a vacuum. The pressure scanner, it's, that's worth something. And a crew report from tourists? Crew report requires a Mark 1 crew cabin manned. Yeah, that's what I thought. Alright. Alright then, I'm gonna take both of those. 1080p source, damn, it's lag as fuck. Really, is it? Is anybody else having problems with the stream? I'm heading out to the moon, people. Alright, moon transfer time. Going out here. Oh, we're in the shadow of Kerbin right now, which means we don't have any power generation, but it's fine. We're back through, and we also put it in hibernation before we came. F5 one more time, mid-transfer. Get me out to the moon, please. Okay, we must have just been caught by its SOI because it slapped to a halt really quickly. And we just saw, you know, a moon eclipse. No, now we're in the SOI. Got it. Okay. And down here, ooh, let's check on map mode and make sure that our periapse is still what we assumed it would be. Yes, 20,000. Oh, Jesus, don't slingshot around the moon, you get. Alright, so this is good enough. Don't really... Ooh, it would have been better if it was equatorial, but I can't make that adjustment now. Well, I could, but I'm not going to. Let's get down to this periapse here. Remember too, make it piss. Make it pies. Remember that you can watch, if you're able to, on YouTube and just keep chat open for Twitch. Unless you're on a phone. That's the problem, but YouTube always has transcoding available. Which is why we do that way. I don't need a partnership. I don't think I want a fucking partnership with these people. Periapsis coming up on it now. We're going to, one, get the ship out of hibernation, you idiot. Did you forget that you hibernated it? So dehibernate, please. Hibernation is off. Now, we can flip around to our retrograde. Full electric charge right now. No, what are you doing with you? Yeah, no, that's the retrograde. That's what you want to be. And then. I was just like, I was confused about what I needed to do. Fire hard. Get ourselves the weakest orbit we can get that qualifies. We have an orbit. And we have completed their requirements for having come to the moon, and we have 430 meters per second left to leave the moon with. Huzzah! Now, from here, if I blew it back out and tried to go back to Kerbin, I'd be, it's a lot of in that direction kind of velocity. It would be a moon assist gravity that would kick us out and away. So the idea here is to go around once, I think. I'm cheating. I've read the notes on the thing. We're gonna have 5 from here. We're gonna go around by the way, how did it look? Did you enjoy the moon? Did you have a good time? Did you see the moon? There's the moon, huh? On the other side. I'll you know what, I'll do you a favor. Okay. There. See? Out your left window, you will see the moon. Thank you for flying, Ronan Pawn Air. We totally knew that you guys would be able to make it back. Don't forget to redeem your frequent moon flyer points on your next trip with Ronan Pawn Air. Thank you, and please, will all passengers please put their heads between their butts and kiss their ass goodbye? We'll do that joke on the way back. So I'm gonna rotate around. I'm gonna go around the moon once. We brought snacks for them. They wanted to be up here for days on end, right? Didn't they? They wanted to see all of this. Oh, did you forgot to put it in hibernation, Pawn? Yes, I did. It's okay. It's gonna be fine-ish. It's not a lot. Be sure to tip your pawn. Be sure to tip your pawn staff. Be sure to tip staff. The tip of pawn staff. No, that's okay. So we've gone around now. See, by going around once, our Apoaps has now shifted into such a direction as we'll be firing on some of the moon's retrograde, which means that we should be slowing down with our maneuver. Instead of speeding ourselves up, we'll be getting the right kind of moon gravity assist from this. So, get me on my prograde. Get me on my prograde. That's what the moon looks like. Yeah, we've been here once before with a probe. You are actually the first Kerbals to ever... No, you're not. No, you're not. There's multiple. You're the second and third Kerbals ever to survive, if you do. So there's that. I should have started from back here. I'm an idiot. If I would have started from back here, I could have twisted that a little bit. It's fine. We're at our highest speed now. We're gonna blow this out and look for an exit and a return to Kerbin. So from here, we want to burn while we're seeing a whole bunch of change here. When my burn is no longer being efficient, when I see that I'm not dropping, a lot for a very little amount of delta V, then I want to go ahead and exit the SOI of the moon and finish our maneuvers there. I'm not caring about, how we're coming down. So at this point, I feel like it's probably good to exit the SOI of the moon. Yeah. And then we'll finish the burn from there. We've got 345 meters per second of delta V remaining. F5 me. And let's get out of the moon's SOI. By the way, passengers, please say goodbye to the moon. It's out there. We promise you it's out there. We need to keep the solar panels into the solar wind, and that's why I'm not showing it to you. Not because I just can't fucking be asked. We technically completed your request, and now we're going home. Get me out of the SOI of the moon, please. Tip your pawn staff for the onboard entertainment. Tip my staff for it'll be entertaining. It'll be entertaining. You wait, see what happens when you staff my tip, or whatever it is we're talking about. F5, we're now out of the moon's SOI. Keep that periaps up on us. Let's find our retrograde again. I don't know where it is on the ball. It's over here. And fire. Yeah, I could have maybe gone a little bit more in the Moon's SOI, but I think this is probably the most efficient way to do it. No, we're good. We're good. That was good. That was a very good use of that. So 300, 250, 200, 100, down to atmosphere. And now very carefully and very slowly lower us to, we're going to go for 35. 35k return. There's a 35k return for us. Don't care where they happen to land on the surface of Kerbin. I mean, I was hoping for water. But don't care. I don't have a huge preference on it. We'll as long as they survive. F5 from here. I could actually twist this to go, and we've got fuel for it. Let's see if I can. Let's see if I remember how to and understand how to do this. No, from where I am here, I would need to be up here, and then I could twist back. Well, no, you could twist from here, couldn't you? And we're going very slow. So if I were to try and twist this, I would be looking for my, either my happy triangle or my angry triangle. I believe these are the normals. So let's see. Yes. Yes, there we go. We are affecting our periaps a little bit. If I'm careful about, I can actually burn us and maintain it like that as we burn a little bit of this fuel to make us, oh, Jesus Christ, Pong, you're way too low now. You need to make some of that height back up. But yeah, now we can twist to try and get relatively orbital. You know what? Fuck it. Fuck it. Equatorial, rather. We're fine. You know what? I love it. I've always loved it. Let's just go home, everybody. Let's go home. And since... let's make sure that our solar panel is into the solar wind, and let's also hibernate on our way back home. F5, and we're off and away. Wow, how long is it going to take for them to get back? A lot? Probably a lot is the number. Okay, okay, slow it down. Slow it down. Slow it down. Jesus Christ, this probe just puts his foot on the gas and doesn't let up. Alright, we have full charge, and we're getting close to the planet now. Close to our periaps. We're going to be coming down in darkness. Well, we're going to be starting this in darkness. We'll see where we land. I'm going to go ahead and dehibernate us. Take us out of warp. Dehibernate, so I'm ready to make maneuvers, and I'm going to want you on your retrograde, and we're out of contact again because of lack of ground stations. Oh, this is something that I didn't think about. Shit. Shit. F5. Here we go. Yeah, here we go, alright. So we're gonna hit atmosphere here. Where the fuck are there gonna be ground stations? So we got there and there. There's gotta be one on this side. There's another launch site over there. Sooner or later we get a ground station. Oh, shit. I can't turn anything. You seem to already be heating up a bit. The wind should turn us, and I didn't close the bay. And I can close the bay. That's already destroyed. Okay. I have no control over this coming back. I would think that the wind would turn us. The SAS. I have control over SAS. I was able to turn SAS off. I didn't think I would have control over it.
You can click on your flight path as if you are making a maneuver, but
okay, I threw that away. I threw that away. Okay, no, we could still be alright. We could still be alright. We still don't have any control over the probe. I don't know why I'm able to do certain things but not others. Well, I've got control over the probe. I could have used that fuel to pull us down, but I didn't. And if you didn't know, you can click on your flight path as if you're making a maneuver, but 2 can select warp to here. I don't think you can do that until you unlock different things in hard mode. I'm not sure about that. Oh, God, come on. Come on, give me some fucking control, and I will stop us from tipping into the wind as often as we are. How's the ablator doing, by the way, on this? That's not the ablator. Ablator? By the way, could we have a view that doesn't suck? Not from in there. I don't want to see the last things that they on their face. Okay, so there's the ablator. Oh, it's very dark, and it's bouncing around in the wind, but it's starting to find its retrograde. We still don't have comms, no comms, limited probe control. Apparently, during limited probe control, I'm still able to turn the SAS on and off. I'm still able to destage. Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Oh, we've got. Ha 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 ha. SAS on the retrograde. We got control back. We got control back. Okay. Okay. I am having to work overtime to try and keep it into the wind. And what is heating right now? Okay. Okay. Apparently right there. No. 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 I don't know what that was. I don't know what that was. Was that one of our parachutes? Was that the side-mounted parachute? It might have been the side-mounted parachute. Okay, okay, no, we're fine. We're fine. We're A-okay. We still got one parachute on the back of this thing. That's all we ever needed. That's all we ever wanted was the one parachute. As long as we land in water, which it totally looks like we're gonna be landing on land, but we're fine. 2,000 meters per second. Things aren't even hot anymore. That plasma is barely plasma. It's barely plasmatic. Everyone's still alive. Things are beautiful. The antenna I probably should have put away before the thing, but it's technically it's inside the pod. I may have forgotten a few steps during this. Everyone's still alive. No, that's still there. I don't know what blew up. I don't know what blew up, but we've still got the other parachute. We've got both of our parachutes. We're fine. You now only have the side chute. No. The parachute up there. We got both of them. We got two. I don't know what the hell blew up then. What was that explosion? Our SAS? Our battery? We got the electric charge. The ablator is, holy shit. Well, we only came up with 80, so it's consumed 50 of the ablator, getting us down to 1,700 meters per second. The dark side of Kerbin. We're fine, says Quadrupus. We're fine. It's fine. It's always been fine. It's always going to be fine. This is fine. This actually worked out really well. I think we are fine. Unless I were to, like, right-click on here and then be like, jettison the ablator right now. No. Why would... I wouldn't even say that. Why would I... No. The hollow nose cone? That blew up first, but then the second thing that blew up, what the hell was that? Was it our thermometer from the inside of the craft? What the... Oh, it was the heat. It was the... It was the thermal panel. The thermal panel blew up. We lost the thermal panel. The fucking light, photons, the thing with the power makey do, that the sun with of, prepositions, for the win. All right. SAS off, we're fine now. We are fine. We are legitimately fine. This plasma is just there for show. This plasma can't touch us, it can't hurt us, it couldn't do anything. Solar panel, those are words. We lost the solar panel. That was designed to break off during re-entry. I think you all know that. I think that's obvious. I think, and we're out of contact with Kerbin again. But we know that I can fire off stages even when I've got limited control. So, learning things about probes every day here. I'm just concerned that it kind of looks like there's land over there. It's very dark. It's very dark. Like, that could either be the edge of cloud cover, or it could be... We can't take a crew report because we don't have a crew. It could be the edge of land. We could be coming up on 16-kilometer high mountains. It's very dark. It's very dark. No control still. No control over this probe whatsoever. Well, the parachutes are almost... They're getting there. The parachutes are safe to deploy. You're safe? Fuck it. Deploy them? What's our speed? How is it safe at 350 meters per second to deploy a chute? Pong, click the wavy lines next to altitude. Oh, and it'll change to surface, radar altitude. Right. Okay, so we're good as long as, you know... what's under us doesn't suddenly turn into something that's immediately in front of us, and then that could be a bad thing. But thank you, that is a good call. 10,276 meters. I'm going to deploy parachutes now because I'm afraid. I'm very afraid. Okay. I think we're going to be fine. I mean, we're going to be fine. Definitely. The people on the inside of here, who we have... What should I tell them? This is your captain speaking, Ronan Pawn. Just wanted to let you know that all those explosions and things were a bit of fanfare we decided to throw in there, give you a bit of a story to tell your friends. Don't worry, nothing actually exploded. Those were just speakers and subwoofers. We will see you on the ground, and if there's anything that you want us to tell your children, you might want to just let us know now. Okay. We're definitely landing on land. Oh, shit. Well, if I have enough control, actually, if I have enough control to open up the service bay, and I do, I'm going to open the service bay because these things actually do work pretty well as landing legs. So we'll see which direction this thing wants to come down in. I'm going to retract the antenna. It shouldn't make any difference one way or another. If we get line of sight, which we're apparently not going to, then we'll have line of sight. I could also make the decision to cut one of these parachutes, which I won't. Alright, parachutes are going to deploy fully now. At least one of them, and then the other at 500 meters, I believe? Or maybe 700 meters for the other one. Or are you fully deployed? Okay, so they both kick off at 800? We're coming down at 7 meters per second. 6, 5. Now, 5's a good number. I like 5 because this fuselage is not made for impacts. Definitely not made for impacts. I think I see mountains. I see trees, is what I see. I spy with my little eye something beginning with C. This is J.R. Rowan. Casualties? Don't look at them. Don't. They're happy. Let's just let them enjoy, you know, they're thinking about, oh, I can come home and tell all my friends about my adventure. They still think that they get to come home. Let's just leave them like that. All right, I've F5'd. We're gonna... So, just before I fizz warp us down, is there anything that anybody thinks I could do right now that would make this better? I think at 5.5 meters per second, they'll probably survive. They're gonna land on the ablator first and then tip over. I can't rotate the ship or anything. I don't have those levels of control. I could probably cut one of the parachutes if I wanted to, but, you know, doesn't seem like a good idea to me. I think they're going to hit on this, the butt end of that, which should not blow them up, and then they'll tip down on this side of things, which will not blow them up. And they're at 5.5, maybe less once we get closer to the surface. I think they survive. 5.5 meters per second is about the same force as running into a wall. Well, the Kraken has never really given a shit about what the numbers really are or how it should be. I think they're going to be okay. I think they're going to be okay. Which is definitely what you want the pilot of your spacecraft saying just before you land on the surface of Kerbin. We are now 50 meters to the ground at 5.3 meters per second. We got even slower a little bit. There's some sheep over there just grazing. Okay, come on. Yeah, okay. They're down! They're alive! They survived! I mean, welcome back.
You did it, another successful pawn mission.
Thank you. This is your captain speaking. We've now landed. Please put out your cigarettes and put your tray tables to the upright position. Oh, I should have said that when we were coming down. I should have said that. We'll be out to rip you out of the upside down craft that you're in just as soon as we can figure out where it is that you landed. Don't really have contact with the probe right now, but try not to need each other. All right, that was a good mission. We did a good mission. We can't take that crew report. It's not allowed. It's good. It's good. We did a good. We did a good. Let's do it again. Initiating self-destruct sequence. Little Magnets gifting 3 subs for a total of 99. Round Tabler, Bracknell Exile, and Twitch Fox. Welcome to the... I had a new name for it. What was it going to be? Big Dick Club. I can't remember. Great mission. Everything went exactly to plan. We earned 19.6 science, puts us up to 22 total. We brought back 2,545 in parts, left an extra 1,500 to things exploding in the atmosphere on descent, but no big deal. And most importantly, our tourists have advanced to level 1. They can now wear fanny packs and complain about the heat, I guess. I don't know what a level 1 tourist can do other than be more annoying, but they did it. And we did it. And we've got 342,556 Kerbins. It made us some money. Not as much as I had hoped. We still need over 100K. But, you know, we did it. So that's a thing that happened. No one died. Thank you again, Little Magnets. We're going to take our first live stream break after that hour-long mission where everything exploded at the end. And we will come back and figure out what we're going to do next. We either do another tourist mission to try and make a little bit of money. We'll see if there's one available. Because we got a ship that works really well. Or we go land on the moon for the 3rd time. But come off of it for the 1st. Stay with me, and we'll figure out what we're going to do 7 minutes from now. So grab yourself a beer, because I'm going to grab another one probably. That was a little bit tense. Meet me back here in 7 minutes. Pawn, not out. Hello, I am the Ronin Ball, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronin Ball live stream on twitch.tv/Ronin Ball. We're curbling, is what we're doing. The lovely sounds in the very deep background. You know what? I realized that these could go up a little bit. In fact, the background audio, I've got a little bit low. Let's turn the master up, say to 50-something. There we go. That's a little bit nicer. Birds chirping and stuff. Welcome back. So, last mission went great. It has augured for, I don't know, the inclusion of, like a satellite network, so that when we're close to Kerbin with a probe, we can communicate with it, because we've got so few ground stations on hard mode Kerbin that we're out of line of sight a lot of the time when we're at 70 kilometers. But if we had a probe, if we had multiple probes in orbit that were, had relay antennas on them, then we could communicate with the probe regardless of where it was. Now, we don't have a mission to put up multiple satellites, but we do have a very high orbit Kerbin put a satellite up kind of a mission right now, and if we did that, we would have, a 50% chance of being able to communicate with ourselves, depending on which side of the planet the satellite was on. So actually, I'm thinking of holding off on more tourist missions, holding off on the moon mission, and instead putting this satellite into orbit. If I could figure out how to do that. I have never been good at the satellite missions. First time I ever did it, I accidentally put it up in the wrong direction. Gotta pay real close attention to which way it's telling you that it wants to be circularizing. The more comstats, the better, yeah. So if we have a look at that, I should have checked to see what the name of that one was. Position satellite in geosynchronous orbit of Kerbin. That is gotta be the one that we saw that's more equatorial. Position satellite in equatorial orbit of the moon. Okay, geosynchronous. So I guess this means that whichever side we put it up on, it will always be on that side. Oh, isn't that friggin' convenient? I always thought of, geosynchronous orbit as orbital. So that it's rotating at the same speed that the planet is from a higher orbit. But okay, cool. I remember when you sent it in the wrong direction to hologram. I remember that mission. Yep, that was a fun one. So they want a Science Junior, a thermometer on it, and they want it in the correct place. I'm willing to throw that up there with those things just to make money while I'm doing something that I need to do. And this would give us over 100,000 Kerbins that we need, Germacian.
Yes, you need to make sure the satellite has all the needed parts and the correct direction.
Indeed, and we've got just enough, contract slots for it, so it'll be a bit of a pisser that we have to drag a Science Junior up, but it's what we're doing. It's what we're doing. Geosynchronous is what you said, says Hologram 1. You're looking at the wrong one. What? Position satellite in equatorial. That can't be the correct. That can't be the one. It's so tracking station. This is for Jebediah Kerman's Junkyard Company, and this is for VACCO. And we took the one for who? So we want the one for Jeb. Equatorial was around the moon. Really? Did I just take the wrong goddamn mission? Equatorial of the moon. Position satellite in polar orbit of the moon. Position satellite in polar orbit of Kerbin. God damn it. How much does this pay? Doesn't pay enough anyway. Fuck it, we'll do the geosynchronous one. Then. Because that will be geosynchronous. It'll be equatorial. It'll give us that 50-50 chance of, having something, so long as I have the right part. It's okay. This is still a virtuous thing. Maybe. Possibly. It could be. Do we have... Well, we'll find out in the VAB, won't we? Mission for polar orbit around Kerbin. Told you. So yeah, I was thinking... Yeah, because a polar orbit wouldn't do that. It wouldn't be on one side all the time. It doesn't... Yeah, okay. I don't know. Game tells you things, and I try and make sense of them. We have a high-gain antenna, short-range dual-purpose comms antenna, to handle either direct communications or short-range relays. That is what we're going to need for this probe satellite thing. We now have to build. And we're going to build it from scratch. Fuck it. Build it from scratch. Sorry? No. New. That's what we want. New. Ooh. Bought nuggets. Actually, if I started with the Mooner Tourer and then ripped everything off below that point, then I would have this nifty little construction that works out pretty nicely as a probe core for us. We don't need the barometer. We need the thermometer, right? Let's double check this. Have a Science Junior and a thermometer on the satellite, and the barometer shouldn't end up being of any use to us anyway. So yeah, this also does not come back down, which means that I don't need the parachute, because it will never be deorbited. It will always be up there doing good work for us. Is that the right place? Looks like it. So we've got antenna. We've got thermometer. We need a Science Junior on here. Science? Where's the Science? Bring me out the Science. Chew in. So that fulfills all of the requirements of things we have to drag up, right? You have multiple antennas to extend range, not a big boost, but it can help. Okay, I think I will just go for the one. This is 0.07 tons. It's 0.005 for you. This is now 0.01 tons on the left side of the ship. And then if the high gain antenna is on this side, say like that, well, like that. Ooh, and snapping. It's like it's got a little port and everything right there. It's like it's meant to be. Except it's definitely not. Okay, so we've got that. We don't actually need the other antenna then, because it's a dual-purpose antenna, so we don't need that one. Yes. And close that up. Alright. And then we just need to push that into the high Kerbin geosynchronous orbit. And we're good. Right? Right? Am I right? I'm right. I'm right. Am I right? I'm right. Reach the designated, build a new unmanned probe that has an antenna and can generate power. Reach the designated orbit. Yes. Good. Okay, so then I would love to have monoprop at this point. Building a little probe like this, monoprop can be so good, but we don't have monoprop. We can't afford monoprop. I'm not gonna scrape, you know, the barrel, the bottom of the barrel around the KSC to come up with what I need for that. So we're gonna have to use the Terrier. It is the lowest weight of the smallest engines that we currently have. And that gives you, in space, how much delta V? 2,000 meters per second in delta V in space. This thing, that's way more than you'll need for what you're gonna do. So maybe, I was thinking give it some extra, but, I mean, it's just gonna be, I'm gonna leave it there. 1,237 meters per second. We'll see. We'll build the rest of the craft and we'll see if that's enough. I would prefer to take not an excess of fuel. I don't mean to move this once it's up there. So, decouplers. Break you off when we're there. And then just gotta push it into orbit. So, give me my biggest fuel tanks, please. Your biggest fuel tanks, sir. Might even be able to get away with, because it's gonna be such a lightweight craft. Put a swivel on there. 2,312 plus 1,237, not quite to orbit, but when we throw on some SRBs, we'll have it. Nice, simple little probe launching craft. So, radial decouplers. We are snapping. Give me 2 of them on either side. G in the middle. And give me some engines. Probably can get away with hammers as opposed to anything bigger. You're on there correctly. That's 911 meters per second on the hammers, followed by 2,312. That's perfect. That's perfect. We'll still be dropping the liquid fuel stage into... Actually, we might end up with the liquid fuel stage in orbit at that rate. So maybe we come down just... Jesus Christ. We come down just a little bit from how much we've got in there. And then we've got 2,932 meters per second of delta V, and that's all at sea level, so that's going to extend to almost, that does it. That friggin' does it. Let's put some nose cones on it, just, you know, so that it looks like we know what we're doing. And let's also lower these so that we can actually sit on these rockets on the pad. Yes. You can have multiple antennas to extend range. Hello, Ren Phoenix. Leave some fuel on in case you get a mission to move the satellite. There are missions to move the satellite? Is that a thing? Alright, you know what? Yeah, sure. I can be talked into that. I can be persuaded. So if I pull you from here, and I give you an extra fuel tank, it means we'll need a little bit more to push it up. But we were just replacing one of these fuel tanks anyway, so we'll just put the other big one back, and that should probably be enough to push it up. Bang and bang. And let's check our TWRs and things. TWRs are overkill. 846 meters per second plus 2,000, so we're looking at almost 2,100 and almost 900 meters per second. So we're looking at 3,000 meters per second of delta V coming up, and then 2,000 meters per second on the probe once we're up there. It's good. That is overkill. That is more than what we need. So staging is the SRBs to the liquid fuel, drop the SRBs, and then drop that when we're done, and turn this on, and that's pretty much it. That's the whole damn thing, right? Double check me. Here's our contract. Make sure that I'm doing all of the things. We need an unmanned probe, has an antenna, can generate power. It has solar panel on this side, can generate power. It has its own battery on the inside of here. We have an antenna on it in the form of this dual purpose antenna, they said, for, receiving and relaying. So that should be good. We need a Science Junior and a thermometer on the satellite. There's a Science Junior there, and when I open her up, we have a thermometer tucked in here as well. So that's it, right? That's all of everything ticked. Is it all ticked? Did you tick it? Looks good to me. We've got in excess of TWR. So let's go ahead and thrust limit the shit out of these SRBs. 1.47 liftoff. Let's have a 1.56, and then the other thing that I almost forgot is it's Kerbal Space Program, so if you've got the parts count to spare, it's always worth throwing on some fins. 3 of them. That's 4, apparently. 3 of them, I said. Yeah, like that. Okay, that's it. That's the one. 013, comms sat 1, mark 1. There will be no survivors. Because it's a probe, so nothing needs to survive. You can get contracts to adjust orbits. Okay, cool. Can I get a fat yeet? No, Roboman, we do not do yeets over here. We don't yeet. It's against my policy internally. Save the craft and fucking launch it. Put it on the pad. Have some balls. Just balls to the way, especially working with a probe. It's going to cost us 11,000. It's going to make us 100,000 Kerbins. We're going to be able to upgrade the VAB if we can do this. I should probably have checked how to do this. Would have been a good idea. Before we get started then, and before the craft falls, you're not going to fall over, right? I see you leaning. I see you leaning. Don't do that. We don't need that from you. I'm not going to touch the damn thing. We're going to go out here and we're going to find out which direction you want us to go in. You want us to go in, so if we're launching from, where are we launching from? We're launching from here, and then we're going up, and we're going to be turning in that direction in the first place, and yeah. So we just launched the regular way. I could try and get us something that I'm going to worry about matching our trajectories once I'm up there, instead of trying to guess what angle I need to. I'll guess a little bit. I'll guess as we go up. Try and get us. I'll down the ball, right? Because we're gonna be want to be going north from where we are in order to achieve this. So a little bit off the 90, somewhere down here on the ball is where I'll aim for. Unless you tell me I'm completely wrong about that.
Let the planet spin so you are under the orbit.
I mean, I'm always under the orbit. It's around the planet, so. What do you mean there, though? Like, so that I would be more at the descending node, the ascending and descending node? Okay. If we go to the ascending node, it'll be the middle of the day, the middle of the night, rather. It's a probe on the pad with, you just leave it sitting out there all night? Is it gonna hurt the probe? We'll leave you sitting out here all night. We'll do it. It's fine, Surely we won't have anybody sneak on to the Space Center grounds and load it up with something that's going to explode and cause me issues later. That wouldn't happen. Wait, where are we? This is us, Kerbal Space Center. I want to be launching, in the day. It'd be nice. So, wait. That's the periaps there. That's the ascending node. I want to line up with the descending node. So, like that. Oh, Jesus! You were going very fast, wasn't I, though? So, yeah. I will launch from, like, there. From there. F5 from here. Back in. The ship didn't tip over in the night. I hope somebody kept an eye... That's being upgraded. I hope somebody kept an eye on it while it was sitting here, because I certainly wasn't watching. Were you watching, Houston?
No, I don't. What, you think I sleep here?
There was a time when you didn't have any place to stay.
Yeah, because you stopped paying us.
That was Rockamax withdrew there. We all, that was hard times for everyone.
There's a friggin'... Have you heard about the housing crisis in the U.S.?
I have. Thankfully, we're in the QS. The United Cates of Comerica.
Alright, fair enough. You want to count down?
No, I'm not ready.
Yeah, you don't look ready.
I never look ready. All right, just hang on. SAS on. We're out of electric charge. Oh, okay. We're out of electric charge here. Why are we out of electric charge? We sat on the pad all night. We just went around once. Probably should have set core to hibernate. Why doesn't it why doesn't the default state of the game be that it auto, you know, because when you click on it, you can do that. You can set it to be like automatically hibernate and warp. Why wouldn't you have that be the default of the fucking game? Why? It's fine. We'll just wait for the sun to come around and completely screw up our liftoff time. Thanks for this recommendation, Jermacian. This worked out fucking great. Love it. Where's the sun? Give me some sun. Give me some sun. It rises in the east, it sets in the west. You can't lie to me. You can't lie to me. Come on. There we go. We're getting some electric charge again. All right. I didn't even leave SAS on overnight or anything. Jesus, those batteries are worthless. Open it up, and then this time we'll put you into hibernate and warp auto. I'm not even gonna hibernate. It should just hibernate now, right? When I'm warping, warp, bitch. Yeah, regenerate all that stuff. We'll come back around to the place that we wanted to leave, and we'll watch the electric charge this time. I wanted to be on the descending node. There's where you are. Yep. Hey. So now we've got full charge. Coming up on the descending node again. All right, I'm ready to leave. Stop with the clouds. That's kind of cool that the clouds have shadows. F5 again. We're ready to go, Houston.
Oh, are you still here?
All right, just give me a countdown.
In 3, 2, 1, fire!
And we're away. Why do you always cheer while I'm launching?
On.
Yes, that's me. What? What do you want? Thank you, little magnets, for the cheer. I'm pulling us down a little bit immediately. My God, I should have given it a little bit more TWR, huh? But I did want to be rolling down the ball in this general direction. I've gone too far too fast. I'm going to try and pull it back, because I don't want it to start pulling in that direction as hard as it already is. If you look at the ball, the prograde has moved considerably, and I didn't want it that far off of top dead center yet. So, yeah, pull it back while you still have just enough authority to do such a thing. You got those fins on the bottom, they'll hold you good. They'll keep you solid and steady, or not. One of those things.
You don't want to go 90.
No, I don't. I'm trying to go down this way, because it's toward the north. Pay attention, Dramacian. Okay, now we've got way too much throttle. Whoa, it wants to flip on me. I pulled it back, though. But yeah, I want to go down in this general direction. I'm guessing. I said I'd guess. This is the best I can guess. Wow, the clouds are so fluffy today. Oh, no, fucking balls. It's fine. We'll carry on. That's just everybody knows that's my maneuver that I pull. They look up at the clouds and see me doing that, and they're like, "Oh, Pawn must be flying today." Yeah, I am. 400 meters per second. We got this. I don't want to be like full on the 45 either. Let's get the apoapsis up and see where we are. No, you're doing it again. All right, just stop that and just roll over. Just two for the win. We're doing 2 of them. Yep, just go ahead. Yep, got all the control I could want now. Perfect. Just I'm making adjustments to our vector. in what I deem to be the most efficient way possible. There we go. Yep. Got it. Already up to 50 kilometers, and we've only spent, like, more than twice the amount of fuel that we would have needed to if I didn't do the flips, but I'm just, you know, I'm just showing off a little bit. 62, 63, 64, 65. We gotta go up really high here. So I'm gonna let it keep going. I'm just gonna keep burning it. What is our... Yes! You see? I did it well! I did it well! Pay attention, Jermacian. I did pretty good there. You need to circularize, though, Pawn, with this stage. Oh. I only have 124 meters per second of delta V left there. 350 no scope pitch problems. It's fine. This is our test flight. We brought an extra... We've got 2,000 meters per second in the other stage. So as long as something in the other and the stuff in the guys, we'll be fine. We're in space around Kerbin. I'll wait until we're up there. I will wait until we're up there to consider popping the Science Junior Bay. You can grab some science now, by the way. Apparently I could. Thank you. The materials study. But I'm going to wait until we're up there. It might count as high over Kerbin, you know, high space. I don't know. Yeah, like so. Get you down here, and then fire hard on your on your prograde. Drop that stage, and start pushing even harder. Try and keep the Apoaps in front of us, because we've got a much smaller engine. I can't believe I got the right vector, though. I'm actually learning to read my nav ball. Incidentally, I tried to install, or I copied over the nav ball file. Who sent it to me? Who sent me the nav ball that's got the Ronin Pawn logo on it? I copied it into place where I think it's supposed to go, and that it didn't... Maybe it's because KSP 1.10 came down immediately as we were starting the live stream. That's possible, I suppose. There's the periaps coming at us. Just gonna nose down, hold it, get the circularization. We have a circularization at 98 kilometers. And we got a decent, you know, there won't be much twist left to that. Let's keep pushing. Well, we could go around and then push up to our Apoaps, which is going to be 3.3 million. So we'll go almost down to our other Apoaps. It should auto hibernate in warp, because I fucking clicked the button for it. It can't be asked to just set that up for me, this son of a bitch. We'll get you back around to this side of things, Mr. Little Probe. And then burning to match the Apoaps. Stop time warping, find my prograde. Oh, Jesus. Wow, there's a lot of control authority on this thing once you get it spinning. There you go. So we're going for, what is it, 3.2 million meters. All right, let's watch some of this be done from the not boring view. Go. Ooh. Ooh. That's fucking pretty. I don't care who you are, that's pretty. That's pretty is what that is. How are we doing? Oh, Jesus, the Apoaps is coming up quickly. We're going to 3.2 million. We're not quite there. I didn't realize it would push out quite that fast. I thought it was going to be a longer burn. And we're down to 188 meters per second of delta V, so this is not gonna work. I can't do this. I can't do this. Let's go a little bit around there. To like here, and then we'll just finish pushing it up. Finish pushing it up to the 3.2 million. $3.2 mil. Yun. 3.2 mil. Yun. 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 Yun! There we go. Got it. Nailed it. Perfect. We have 158 meters per second in order to blow our periaps out. Don't think that's going to happen. And then, you know, if we had to do any maneuvers to get this closer to the orbits they asked for, that wouldn't happen. But, you know, we sent this thing up. You know, it's up here. It's up here. We needed a communication satellite. We're going to have a fucking communication satellite. Extend the antenna. Thank you. Yes, sir. All righty then. Very good. It is for the internal craft nav ball. To get the big on-screen nav ball, you need to download and mod for changing the nav ball because of how KSP creates the nav ball. Oh, so then if I had an interior of this, it might be in there? Thank you, Germasian. Maybe it's in there, or maybe 1.10 copied over the top of it. I don't know. But we're going to go up to the apoapse. We're going to see how much we can get the periapse blown out, and this will be the position of this satellite. Because, you know, it's a thing that we did. So... I'm happy anyway. Can I get my panel into the sun a bit? Thank you. Thank you. Alright. Come on up to the apoapse. Do some science things for Rockamax. Yeah, I can't click and do the warp to here thing. If you dropped it in the IVA nav ball location. Yeah, well, it was a PNG and it was by the same name, so I dropped it where, you know, it's a different name for the other ones apparently, and I think it's an RTS. It's one of those weird files that Kerbal uses. Bring me out to the apoapse. DDS, yes. So we're just gonna focus on our prograde and blow it. Because I don't know which way I would want to twist this thing. I could try while we do it. I could try and see if I can... I think that's the right direction. I think it's actually the right direction. Our periapse needs to come up to 2.4. Oh, it's not quite as far on this side of things. The liquid fuel is burning down. Yeah. And by positioning myself, here's our prograde, I'm positioning myself over here. You know, we're closer to the... happy triangle to our normal or whatever on the ball, which is why I'm also able to affect some twist while raising our periapse and adding more speed to it. Down to 80 meters per second at delta V right now. I'm going to get a little bit closer to the apoapse so that we're doing this at our slowest possible point. Because I'm shocked that it's kind of close. It seems kind of close, anyway. You know, the further that we push that periapse out, the quicker that it'll keep rising. 60 meters per second at delta V remaining. If you would like custom colored parts for KSP, let me know. I can mod textures for KSP. Oh, don't put yourself out. Don't put yourself out, but I am twisting while pushing. Twisting and pushing. Down to 35 meters per second at delta V. We made 500,000 so far. 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23, 22, 21, 20, 19, 18, 17, 16... 15, 14. Yeah, we're not going to make it to 2.5 on that end of things. But considering that we did 2 cartwheels while we were coming up, this is not bad. And here's the deal. The way that I can make this into a we didn't just fail, we succeeded in part, is that if I can put the other satellite up at 180 degree rotation to this one, then we will, not always because they won't have the same period, but we will have a very good coverage of Kerbal. We'll have this one as a sort of a backup. It's going to have a weirder period. It's not geosynchronous. But, you know, we'll have 2 of them, and that will help a lot. And this time we'll try and figure out why the fuck, you know, no crafts actually goddamn work in this fucking game unless you put, even after you put fucking fins on. It was a small craft. I didn't oversteer it. It's fine. Son of a bitch. We want this. That to be our position on this satellite. Okay, so our antenna is always facing Kerbin, and that is facing the sun. You know, for now. It's fine. It's fine. Good. Good? Is it good? It's good. Let's do the material study from up here, because we might as well. We dragged this stupid thing up. So, material study. The high radiation environment caused a few of the samples to glow. It looks like it would be fun to paint the rocket with this. Yes, we've read that one before as well. So, we're going to transmit the data. And we won't be able to ever restore functionality on it. It's fine, it's stuck up here, it's what you asked for, I did it. Holy shit, that was all of our electricity. and it didn't finish returning. We had 210 electricity. Come the fuck on. Like, really? Like, really, though? And it's still transmitting it, isn't it? If I warp, is there more to transmit? Did it finish it? Did it actually transmit the data? Transmit data. Transmit all. 69%. We got 69%. Does it reset the transmission, or does it finish? Transmit the data. Transmit all. Seriously? So we're only ever going to get to 84.62, and then it's not going to be able to continue transmitting the fucking thing? Get back to the Space Center. Whatever. Whatever, man. Woo, KSP! Hello, Bishop Stars. Thank you for the host. So that's our first communication satellite. Totally intended to not actually complete the mission on that one. Back into the VAB, and I see Ventatsu saying it's probably everything buried in the nose, making it a bit top-heavy. I think it's just that Kerbal Space Program's aerodynamics are overly aggressive and don't entirely make sense. That's what I'm gonna say. You remember, like, man, the heyday of Kerbal Space Program in terms of, like, people making, like, really cool stuff on YouTube was before they put in aerodynamics. And then they put in their aerodynamics, and now there are still people making things for Kerbal, but it's not the heyday anymore. Used to be able to do so much, you know, nifty things because there wasn't any problem getting up. And I'm glad there's aerodynamics in here, I'm glad for the challenge of it, but I feel like they have jumped the fucking shark in terms of how aggressive the aerodynamics are. You know, this is a small ship with fins at the back of it. It's got an engine called the Swivel because its main thing is that it has so much gimbaling to it. And between the gimbal, the fins, and by the way, I've got a reaction wheels module embedded up here as well, we can't keep the fucking ship going straight? On the way up, this tiny little thing. Bullshit. Fucking bullshit. I think their balancing is fucked. I don't, you know, you'd have to be a goddamn physicist to know whether it was accurate, and you'd have to take a lot of time even being a physicist to figure it out, because Kerbin is not the same size of Earth, and the density of the atmosphere and stuff, and are they modeling Earth even though we're on Kerbin, or did they model for Kerbin based on, like, and then you could find out what they did. And once you knew, you could then definitively say, it doesn't matter, because it's too aggressive and it makes the game too fucking hard to play. So, you know, but if you were a physicist, you could at least know what they chose to do. But Ventatsu's saying that maybe it's a little bit too heavy at the tip. That being the case, let's explore that and take you off. This is what we'll be looking at when we're going up. All I could really do for that is I could sort of reverse the attachment of this kind of stuff. I could put the probe core at the bottom, you know? I could put you on top. Should mean that you'd, and then the battery wouldn't fit anymore. Because I don't like to cheat in terms of embedding parts into other parts. This made a lot of sense because this was in the nose cone, so it's like, it's a hollow nose cone. There's no reason that it can't be in there. But if if you flipped it, Pawn. Yeah. No. Because I won't have room for the battery after this. And I don't know that this will significantly change the weight either. Like, the probe core is 0.1 tons, the Science Junior weighs 0.2 tons, so the Science Junior being lower is more important. Yeah. In fact, just don't save this, reopen the ComSat Mark 1. I think the easiest solution to this would be just to add more powerful fins. Fins that can actually have their own, what do you call it? Control surfaces that where you could adjust them, you know? They move. So let's look at possibly putting the winglets on. They're 0.1 tons each, so they're gonna cost something to have on there. But if I did that, and have the 3 of you on there, these actually move and rotate. Right? Don't they? I'm pretty sure these are the ones. The R8 winglet. Where would I see that? You've got lifting surface, you've got control surface. Yeah. So these ones can actually rotate, and now it's a even more ridiculous craft in that it needs these giant fins at the bottom of it, even though it's got vectors and everything. Let's go up. Ooh. So there. Sit up a bit. Sirius, does it lean towards the antenna? I wonder if that tiny slight weight imbalance is throwing it. Yes, it does lean toward the antenna, but it's also like the direction that we want to go. And it's a part that's clearly designed to be mounted on the side of it, so, like, what am I gonna do? You know, I can't stuff it in there. You could put 2 of them, and then there's one on either side. That I could do, I suppose. Kind of unnecessary, I would think, but okay. I'm willing to do that. I'm willing to do that. One of these things is going to solve the issue. One of them will. And we'll just have done a lot more to try and, you know, fix what Kerbal fucked. I was thinking a second solar panel or something to bring the weight up on the other side. The solar panels are 0.005. They're the same as these solar panels. They're the same as a fucking thermometer. So they're not that helpful against the weight of the antenna, which is 0.07 tons. 0.005, you can get a 0.01, but if I were to... I've got the parts count for it. If I put you in there, and yeah, it's embedded until it... Well, it's embedded on both sides. Alright, well, don't do that then. Put you up here. And then I'll have 2. We'll have perfectly symmetrical on both of those sides coming up. How are we for, like, parts count and things? 26 of 30. And looking at the delta V again, at sea level, we're looking at 731 and 1532, so we're looking at 2300 delta V, and then in vacuum, this one has 1965. I would like a bit more. So I will put a little bit more liquid fuel on this. Maybe just one of the half stacks. Or 5th stacks, however you want to call them. So that would get me to, at sea level, 671 and 1767. That'll be more like 2400? 2400 delta V? Yeah? Yeah? It's not that much. Well, you only got two of these on. If you put a 3rd one on, then you'd be killing it. Alright, let's do it. Let's have a 3rd one of these. We're really fucking overbuilding a simple launch a satellite to orbit thing. But, so be it. Now there's 3 of you. We have... let's make sure we're still in all the limits. That's 30 parts count, too. So that's 879 and 1767. That's all... at sea level, so we'll be making more as we go up. Things will get better for us, but with that, we're looking at 2700 delta V at sea level, probably turns into 3000 or a little bit over 3000 as we go up, and then we've got this guy in space to finish it off. Drop everything in space, he's got almost 2000 delta V in him, in vacuum, so it should be good. 2 components are still on the same side in the bay, though. What, the 0.005s? There's just, you know what? You're not wrong, though, because I want this over on this side. You know, if you're going to have an imbalance, have the imbalance in the direction that you want to leave, which will be to the east, generally speaking. That is 0.005 tons. It means nothing in terms of this craft and its aerodynamics. So we should be okay. You've still got your batteries and everything. Yes. Good, 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 good. So this is the ComSat Mark II. There were survivors. There were, because, like, the other probe's up there. I mean, he's up there. We're doubling up on this one, and we're making it even with the weight. We got extra Delta V. We got fucking powerful fins underneath here that could do all the and then, like, we're shooting a 3-time... And tell me this one fucking goes up, for fuck's sake. For fuck's sake, man. There's no way this one doesn't go up. Put it out on the pad. I still got everything that I need, right? I got the Science Junior, I got a thermometer, I got the antenna, I got power generation in the panels. 1.53 TWR, might be able to lower it and get more time with the SRBs. Oh, I didn't look at the TWR after adding that shit. And you guys said that if I do it here, then I can see the TWR 1.53 and 1.76. Yeah, okay, that's good. That's fine. You're right. I would have lowered it a little bit, but 1.5, I'm gonna go with it. Now, we're on the pad. Where are we in terms of the place we want to be? We're a little bit before the ascending node. And you're on that side, we'll be coming up like this. This is not a bad time to leave. It's not a bad time to leave. Fuck it, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna go, and I'm not gonna wait for the planet to get any closer in the darkness here. We're just gonna be losing power. SAS on, throttle to full. Houston, can we get a countdown?
Good work on that satellite mission, Pawn. We've been getting all the Netflix here.
We had Netflix before over the Wi-Fi. What are you talking about?
Well, then, I'll just be honest with you. I've been watching a lot of porn. Did you put, like, a decoder on there? Because I'm picking up all the channels.
That was for me. But, I mean, no. What are you talking about?
Okay, buddy. In 3, 2, 1, fire!
We're off and away. HBO Max, yes. Houston will be watching HBO Max now. So we're going to do ostensibly the same. Actually, this time, we're on the ascending node from where we're coming off, so we want to go to the south, not the north, this time on this liftoff. Okay. Not fucking with our go-y uppies yet. I'm just going to leave it, well, I'm going to bank it just slightly to the right because they all want to pull off to the left for some reason. Just slightly to the right there. Hands off, SAS, do your business. I've got an SAS module, I've got reaction wheels on there, they have the same 5.0 power. Okay, I'm going to have to throttle down here for when we transfer. They've got the same 5. Jesus Christ, the clouds are very dark. The same 5.0 power that the crew pods usually have. All right, we're at 11 kilometers. I'm going to start steering us down and to the south. Bear in mind that on the ball, the north is down right now. So I want us to head in this general direction, not going to pull too far off of it. And also, we're going very slow, because I don't want to end up with an apoapse that's way the hell out there before I'm ready for it. So we got a 32-kilometer apoapse right now, and I need to start pulling down significantly. At this point, tell me I'm fucking safe in atmosphere to not topple. Please tell me that. Otherwise, my complaints are less, legitimate and realistic. We won't be able to transmit the materials. I should have put an extra battery on there, but we were down to 30 parts. We had used every part that we could. Ooh, that's kind of a pretty. Pull it down, pull it down, pull it down. 65 kilometers already? My God, you're not paying attention at all. Well, I'm just a little bit afraid of the damn thing not getting to orbit. All right, we're going to do that, and then we'll circularize from 76 kilometers, and then we'll push out the rest of the way. I know we could keep burning. I don't know about the efficiency of that, if it's better, if it's worse, if it doesn't make a damn bit of difference, but considering that I'm going to be making some corrections and things like that, I don't know. I'm just going to do it this way. Those fins are golden. Never fly without them, says Tremacy. I did okay. We could steer a little bit further to the south when we do the rest of our apoapse correction to try and push that out.
You're fucking safe in atmosphere to not topple. Happy now?
Yes. It's been multiple missions. A lot of missions in a row where I couldn't get the fucking thing to not spin over, despite the fact it's not it's a regular-ass ship. If I'm making some crazy shit, then fine. can topple over. Because that doesn't, it shouldn't, we're in space. We made it to space. 206. Oh, now that we're in space, so we've got a couple of seconds before we hit 76 kilometers. Let's go ahead and switch this to hibernate and warp on auto. Is there a way for me to just change the settings so it's always like that? Let's also extend both of these antennas. Okay, now you're both out. Looks kind of neat, except for it's very dark here. Oh, we're at our, yep, prograde time, prograde burn. Prepare to circularize, let's fire. Let's fire. Alright, so I am trying to pull us a little bit down toward the south more as I'm doing this, because we don't quite have the angle. We're close enough. We're close enough. I'm just going to focus on my prograde now. I don't want to steer us off in the wrong direction when we've actually got something that looks okay. It looks okay. Okay, keep the apoapse in front of you. Oh, we're out of fuel in that stage. Goodbye that stage, and we're off and away. Gotta hold the apoapse in front of us. Less powerful engine. Well, but, you know, a lot less weight, too, Pawn, so maybe you're lying there. Periapse at negative 220. I'm going to start pulling down on the throttle to hold our apoapse near us as we finish off this circularization on the dark side of Kerbin. Always where you want to be doing your circularizations with a probe is on the dark side where it can't restore its power. Once you throw away the engines that actually make electricity. It's good. It's very good. Okay, so that's 77 and 81 on that comeuppance there. And we're going to keep pushing for... What do we want to do? What's better? Ankiel1 subscribed for 3 months on a 2-month streak. Pawn. Did you know? Pawn. Did you see? I see that you subscribed. That's all I care about. It's your money. What was I supposed to see? Thank you, Ankiel1, for the subscription. This is scarily exactly like a SpaceX launch. Is this? So, with that, and then the other thing, what would be better? When you're at your slowest and you try and make speed, it's harder. When you have speed, it's easier to make speed, which means if I blow out to my periapse first and then blow out my apoapse, I'll be going faster here than I would be if I blew it all the way out to there, right? So, wouldn't that make a little bit more sense? And we're not quite where we would want to fire for going to the periapse, so I won't. We'll just make sure that the ship is ready for when the sun becomes a thing that exists again. Are we okay? We're good, right? Let's make sure that the thing agrees with us. We have a science junior, we have a thermometer, and we've built a new thing, and then we just got to get into orbit. Good. Okay, spin me around the planet a little bit. F5. So we will fire from this side of things. Oh, shit. Did I go past it? Where am I? There you are. No, you're fine, Pawn. You're fine. And we've got communications with the ground right now. I'm gonna burn from here. I want to see what this looks like, though. Whenever you're on the edge of, like, sunset and sunrise with Scatterer. Oh, it's pretty. Oh, does it get pretty, though? Girlfriend? Alright. So, prograde burn, Pawn. We're gonna prograde it, and if I wanted to do some twisting or something like that, I would have to be a different person who knew what to do. Okay, so then we'll just start burning it out. Just start burning it out. We've got 1,100 meters per second left in this. Wow, that's not as much as I would like it to be. Apoapse is, we're trying to match 2.4 million on this apoapse. Please tell me I'm going to have enough delta V this time. It's not bad on where I'm shoving the apoapse to be our periapse when we get there. Okay, so 2.4 million. definitely not in the right place. 2.459. Ah, damn it! Fuck it. Give me another craft. Give me another one. I want a gimme. I'm gonna shoot it again. I'm gonna hit it from here. No, I can fucking do it. At least the other failed satellite will give you more comms range sometimes. Right, that's... What? Failed satellite? No, that was the intention. From the start. Now, if I wanted to lower this, I would have to do that from over here and then twist it down, and that's what I'm gonna do. So F5 from here. You just need to get close. Okay. Okay. So we're gonna have the ship come around to halfway between our periaps and our apoaps. Somewhere out here. In fact, maybe a little bit back. Like that. And then from here, I'm going to twist. And I'm going to twist by finding my radial here. Or normal, or I don't know. The angry triangle. And maybe this is the one? It is the one. I don't want to spend a lot of, you know, a lot on this, basically. Anti-normal equals angry triangle. But to me, it's just, I don't even know which one I should have at any given point. I have no reference for it for, like, south and north and stuff. I'm a bad Kerbal man. Can I get the... Yeah, I can get our height to drop, actually, if I just go to there, and then back over to here, pull it back up. That's very, very close to the height, anyway. The apoaps it's near enough for me for now. I'm happy with that. So I'm going to F5 from here. We have 500 meters per second of delta V in order to push out the other side of this orbit. The periaps needs to get up to 3.2 million. So, move number 2. How are we doing on electric charge, by the way? Good? Good. Ooh. Don't overshoot it now. Don't overshoot it. So we'll bring you up to the apoaps. Come on up to the apoaps. Okay, and then find our prograde. And if I were a smarter player, I could do a little bit of twisting while we're doing this, but I'm not, so we won't. So let's go. Boom. Periaps is arising. Okay, let's take it a little bit slower for the final here. Ooh, what's going on? Yeah, it's going to flip because the apoaps and the periaps are going to reverse each other. Reverse. And then, in fact, if I finished this from a little bit further out here, I could pull the periaps closer. F5. I'm gonna rotate a little bit further forward. We have 55 meters per second of delta V left. Are you fucking kidding me? I brought up this portion of this had 2,000 in it before. And it doesn't count us as being there yet. Okay, blow it. Alright, come on. Come on, get up there. Get up there. 2.8, 3.2, 2.8, 2.9, 3. Come on, 3.2. It's 3.1. We got 25 meters per second of delta V. We got it! We got it! We got it! We got it! We nailed it! It counts! Maintain stability for 10 seconds. 3, 2, damn it! Fuck it! Give me another one! Give me another ship! I'm gonna hit it from here. I'm gonna hit it from here, I can do it. I did it barely with 24 meters per second of delta V to spare. I fucking got there. First try. First try. We got it. All right. It's okay. All right. That's how I like to run my missions. Just on the edge of not functioning at all. Sounding like them high school girls. I keep getting older, they just stay the same age. All right, so like that. And we got it just perfectly positioned. Oh, it's lovely. SAS off. You're fine. F5. Oh, lover. Lover, lover, lover. All right, so now what have we got? We got 2 different satellites out here that can throw us comms, and we just made 100,000 Kerbins. We can afford ourselves a VAB. The other thing is that we can't do the materials study because we don't have enough science. We don't have enough power to transmit it, apparently. All right? So that works. Hang on. Before you do this, you can generate power there, can't you? Is it a problem that there's a shadow on that? Is it a... It certainly takes you a while to do, doesn't it? Let's just go ahead and put you in hibernation, I guess. Can I transmit data while we're hibernated? Nice, nice, nice. Right-click it and see. So how do I do that? How do I, like, if I... with the... Conduct materials study. Does it tell me here how much I would need to be able to transmit it? No. Transmit it. Transmit the data. And then 40, 50, 60, 70, 84. And it won't. I needed another battery on there. It just doesn't. It doesn't do. It doesn't do. But it's fine. It's fine because we did the mission. Need more juice. Yeah. Yeah. Is that it? Are we done here? Let's just revel for a moment in the glory that is the Ronin pawn. Yes, I did that. First try. Take a victory lap. Okay. I think that's as much as that's as close as we get to a victory lap. Oh, the sun's out here? Is that where we're keeping the sun these days? Well, then, yeah, rotate a little bit in that direction for me, would you? Because I got the solar panels. That's why we weren't making any goddamn power. They're not facing a fucking thing. Give me the... Wait, I want to leave this in a nice way. So you give me no longer hibernation, and then give me control. I want you like this. Yeah. It's not doesn't help, but it's there. F5 it, and we are done, friends. This is a good mission. It was now we can, call our friends. Mainly our friends in the Space Center when we're trying to orbit low around Kerbin. We've got a good chance that we'll be able to actually talk to them from now on. And 433. But I suppose what happened there is I launched an extra ship, which cost about 11,000 or something like that. Is that why I don't have all the money that I thought I was going to have off of that? It's fine. It's fine. It's fine because what's going to happen is we're going to take a live stream break. When we come back, we'll come up with that money. We'll ship another asshole out to the moon or something. It'll be fine. And then we land and come off of the moon. We need the VAB upgraded. So after the live stream break, make the money, upgrade the VAB, go to the moon, come back, bing, bada, boom, all of it. But that will be 7 minutes from now. Don't go anywhere because we're still kerbling. Just, grab yourself some popcorn, make a beer, take a dog, walk your poop. Whatever you got to do, meet me back here in 7 minutes. Pawn not out. Pawn clicks on the thing and then it doesn't fucking play for some reason some of the time. Fuck it, play this. You're cunting cunt with your cuntiness. Play that. This is the song we're listening to. Pawn not out. Hello, I am the Ronan Bourne, and welcome back to a twitch.tv/Ronan Bourne live stream. Here on twitch.tv/Ronan Bourne, things are going swimmingly in the style of the Ronan Bourne. First time, first try, we just succeed at every Kerbal Space Program mission we take. And they all go so smooth and the way that you'd expect them to. It's good. It's very good. Shut up. And bring us back into Kerbal. To transmit the data from the science tuner, you need 250 electric charge. So says the wiki. Cool. You know, and it's in-game here instead of being somewhere in the UI where, you know, it'd just be like right there on the surface. All you have to do is click over there and then you can get access to the fucking wiki in the game. That was a good solution. Boy, I hope they do that in KSP too. If you were giving a lecture, would you be droning porn? Droning porn? Doctor-roning porn, maybe. Dr. Ron. Thank you for the bits, Twitch Fox. And welcome to the Big Dick Club. I see that you were gifted a subscription. So welcome back to KSC, KSP, KSD. Welcome back. What are we doing? I don't know. Let's take a second. I need a second. Okay? It's just a second. Give me a second over here. I just need a second. It's what he does normally anyway. It's droning on and on. Yeah, but it's what pays the bills around here. And wow, I can't believe we're that close. I mean, we were closer before, but still that close to the XCOM 2 on Veteran. I'm going to change that. I'm going to lower the sub goal and change it to something else because I don't want, especially, I'm enjoying KSP so much right now. I don't want to have that, like, at some point in future, I have to play fucking Firaxis as a, you know, second abortion on the XCOM series. It's just not what I want, so. Kenneth, who the hell gave this guy access to broadcast on the internet? Twitch.tv. They don't know nothing about it. I locked him out. I said, 18 or over, and people don't come in. You know what? Since I started playing KSP again, and posting videos on youtube.com/RonanPawn, the edited version of these live streams, I made a video, and I decided after the first video did not get many views. That's why I don't fuck with YouTube and the algorithm. Fuck it. I do what I want to do, and then, I don't expect anything from YouTube at any point, and that's I recommend it. Return to Planet Coaster as a goal? That could be a goal. I'll add that to my list. I don't know what I'd make. I didn't like Planet Coaster either, if you'll recall. But I'll add it to the list anyway. Stretch goal. But, since I released that first video, I was very happy with it. I'm very happy to be playing KSP again. I thought I'd go over to the forums and post, hey, I got a new video, I'm back! And I wrote up a little thing where it was, for the sake of the humor, and because I am and will continue bitching about Kerbal Space Program as I enjoy playing it. It is the advanced dichotomy of me. I wrote up a thing where it's like, I'm back, remember me? I'm going to complain about this, that, the other thing. I listed a bunch of things that are, half-assed and not very well done in Kerbal Space Program, and then sign it off with love, Ronan Pawn. And then I put a link to the video. And I got a message from the moderators within like 30 minutes saying, your video contains profanity and therefore cannot be on our forum about rocket science because we want it to be child friendly. So I edited your post and took the clip out and just left the thing in, and I replied back, well then just delete the clip. I don't need to be part of this children's forum about rocket science. To which I was replied, someone already replied to your post, so now we can't delete it. See, which is fair, because that would be censorship if you just deleted what they said, because the main thread has no purpose now. Whereas editing my post to remove my speech is clearly not censorship, because, it's not child-friendly according. I understand and have, I understand, but I have no fucking sympathy for the turn that the world has chosen to take in this particular generation of let's all neuter language and stifle communication, and especially because everything's on the internet, YouTube and Twitch and Facebooks, all these things that have proliferated, and everybody's trying to like be COPPA friendly and then advertiser friendly and this and that and the other thing, and it is, I think, probably the biggest, most important push towards censorship of art that has probably ever occurred post like a king just deciding thou shalt not say this. And the reason I say that is because it is economically based. It is financially based. It is in the interest of these giant corporations to maintain a certain image. And because they're all giant corporations and they all want a family fucking friendly image, it means that all the platforms and all the opportunities for, artists and creators, they're all having the balls snipped off of them by the drive to make sure that we'll be able to sell ad space on your art and your content that you're generating freely for our platform that has really none of its own. And when it does make some YouTube, it's always shit. The push toward everything being advertiser friendly and COPPA appropriate and kid safe at this point, because it is backed by just the financial situation and the images of corporations, you've got so much avenue for freedom of speech that once you start driving on it, you realize that the speed limit is 2. And it's 2 miles per hour down this avenue. It's a big, wide, huge thing. You all got to do this. Ride a little fucking scooter down the thing because, you're not allowed to say this. You're not allowed to talk about this. You're not allowed to... Well, you can. We're not stifling your speech. It's just you won't be able to monetize it, and we won't recommend it via our algorithms, so you might as well not even fucking have it up there because it's not going to do... So, yeah, I have some strong opinions on the place that it is right now. The populace are pussies. That's why I watch Palm, because he keeps it real. Keeping it real. And you don't gotta be fucking Bill Hicks or Dennis Leary or, you don't gotta be that, but like if Bill Hicks or Dennis Leary were trying to, make a break on television or into media today with what they were doing back then, good fucking luck. Eddie Murphy Raw, good fucking luck. Like brilliant, genius, fucking comedic. It is the art of communication when you're talking about comedy. So in terms of like what is most salient in the argument of where censorship stifles free speech, it jumps up real big in fucking comedy. When it comes to art, journalism is sort of a different thing there. But, yeah, it's here we are in 2020, and you've got, a myriad of social media platforms where people are just out there calling for the extermination of races and shit, and that's flying. But you put something out that's well crafted, finely hewn, that's practiced from someone who understands language and who understands communication, who understands the concept of funny, and who uses language and words to make funny. But if you use the wrong words, then we're just gonna demonetize you. I mean, the fucking Game Grumps on YouTube, one of the biggest YouTube gaming channels there is, these guys have to fucking wait 60 seconds before they drop their first F-bomb, and then it's fine for the next 18 minutes, and then the algorithm has no problem with it. That's what they've been told by their YouTube rep. It's like, what? Why would you fucking do that? What is the point of that? Censorship for the first 60 seconds, but not afterwards. Why? Just so if an advertiser comes in to see what's playing on, but they don't have much of an attention span, is that what that comes from? Go fuck yourself, YouTube. Fuck yourself right in the fucking ass and then break it off and beat you with the rest of it. It's a George Carlin thing. It's a big black cock that he's talking about in that one. George Carlin. 7 dirty words, George Carlin. Arrested for using those words on a radio program, George Carlin. People who pushed open the boundaries so that we could have open conversations about things that when you take certain words and certain language and certain topics off the table, then, it never gets addressed. Thank you, Snoo, for the subscription. 18 goddamn months, #truth. Thank you very much. What are we doing? I don't fucking know. Back into mission control. We need a little bit of money. We need a little bit more money for a VIP safely to our destinations, which was a flyby of the moon, and that's it. We have 43,3105 by the time I launch the ship and then bring it back. That just pays for the ship at this point. Like, that's not very VIP to her destination. She flies by the moon, and we've already built a ship that does that very well. It didn't even explode a bunch in the atmosphere. That would cover us. That pays enough. 2 tourists to orbit the moon pays more. We just did that. It is exactly the same ship. We could do it better. I mean, it's the same mission again. Observational surveys of Kerbin. Completion 35,000. Advanced 19,000. Crew reports below. 3 different places. We have to build a plane. We don't really have that. I guess we're going to ferry 2 more tourists to the moon. I mean, it's either that or send up a probe to go around the moon and do that. Those take for fucking ever. I don't want to do that today. I guess we're going to do the same mission again. 2 tourists to the moon for money. Fly by and orbit, and you want to orbit, and for some reason she doesn't have to pay for the fucking flyby that's part of it, but she does. So that's what we're doing. See if we can't do it better. See if there's anything that we can do to improve the craft before we launch it. Remember, we came back from that one. I think we still had 200 meters per second of Delta V in the craft once we landed that guy. So, you know, we got Delta V to spare on this. It's the Mooner Tourer Mark 1. Let's see if there's anything that we could do to give it a nice Mark 2. Like, it was tricky getting this up. Shh. You don't say words, Paul. It was tricky getting this up. If I were to replace that with the fins that, you know, got us there, the difference here is 0.01 ton or 0.1 ton. It's a lot of weight to drag up for this, but for the safety, I might be willing to do it. We'll see if it substantively fucks with our Delta V to do it this way. Let's have you a little bit higher on the craft, if you don't mind. And then at sea level, our Delta V to the second stage will be 1,500, 900, so 2,400 Delta V. I would like to have more than that. Our TWR is 1.31 as well. We could get it done, though. Probably is a good way to go with the probably. Is there anything else that we could change about this? Opening you up, what do you got in there? You've got some science on you. We're at 30 parts count right now. If I took that science off, what the fuck would I do with it anyway? We know that this exploded last time on re-entry, which is not a problem, but we could get the money back for it, I suppose, if we just had one of them and it opened. It was on the inside, so when we open up, we'll be able to generate electricity. We could lose the science if we needed to, but like, what would you do differently? I don't want to put any more liquid fuel on because our TWR is already so low on that pushing stage. 1.4 off the pad with these guys is reasonable by me. Don't you have a probe on the moon to take readings? They would have to be in orbit of it to fly around and get it, and the one that I've got has 500 meters per second of Delta V in there. It doesn't even get back to orbit of the moon, so no. Apparently Mr. Carlin was also court-martialed for his behavior while in the U.S. Air Force. Really? Sounds about right. All right, Carl. Let's just, so if we've got 2,500 DV on our launching stage, let me just check one more time in vacuum. We have 2,000 meters per second in Delta V in the transfer and return stage for the Kerbals. When we came down, we had multiple issues of things exploding. We've taken care of that. This didn't explode, and if we have comms when we're coming back down, then it should be a better return. Slightly easier, anyway. I want to look at your 1 ton plus the weight of the Kerbals. And then you were 0.2 tons plus whatever's in there. This is the heaviest thing. Having that at the bottom makes sense. This flew before. It's a little bit nasty and dangerous. Will we have enough Delta V is my big concern. If there is a Mark II, please notify the survivors. There is a Mark II. Notify the survivors, I guess. We're going up with them. We're going up with them, which means we need Karul and Sigri Kerman. We're going to make you level 1 tourists. Or dead tourists. This should work. This should work. Let's put it out there. Make sure double check your staging. SRBs, and then drop that, and then bang, and then drop that, and then bang, and then drop that, and then come home. Should work. Launch it. 1 ton plus weight of Kerbals. Do the Kerbals have any weight? I think they have weight. I think they do. I think if you got 1 Kerbal in there instead of 2, or no Kerbals instead of 2, I think it changes. Fins are close to boosters. Nothing could possibly go wrong, except for Delta V. That's the only thing that I think could go wrong here. So, we're coming up on morning on the Space Center here. The moon's over there. I don't really care where the moon is. Sun will be with us very shortly. Is there anything that I need to know right now? Well, you wanted to look at, the reason you're doing this is you wanted to see where this was going to be. So it should be with us once we're up, and it will be transmitting. It will be out. It'll keep us in range of comms as well as this guy. We're good to launch. That's a good time to launch. Before we do, I want to make sure that the probe is in the mode, and if there is a way, if there is a setting somewhere that says always have hibernate in warp on, please tell me where that is, because I would love to not have to think of, like, yet one more thing that the developers, just apparently think it's better if you have to think of one more thing along with everything else. SAS to full, throttle to full, SAS to full, throttle to on.
You sound a little confused, Vaughn.
That's what my therapist says.
Sexually?
Is that an offer?
No, it's not. In 3, 2, 1, go!
And we're up and away. That's all you gotta do is make just the slightest bit of a hint of a pass at Houston, and he just peace outs immediately. I recommend it. So all the snacks they eat in the visitors center, that adds up. I think so. This is coming up, like, perfectly, actually. It's just slightly right of top dead center on the ball is how I read that anyway, which is exactly the way that I want it to be. At this height, we're going to end up going quite a bit faster than we would prefer to be going by the end of these SRBs, but there's nothing to be done. They just run so long. If we lowered the TWR any further, it'd just be more efficient, and they'd still run long. We'd still end up 300 and some meters per second before they ran out. About a fifth of the liquid fuel remaining now, coming to the bottoms of them. We are breaking the sound barrier at, 8 kilometers, so that's cool. And solid fuel is done. Switching to these, and now I will make some adjustments. How are we on... Yes, the TWR on the liquid fuel stage actually works pretty well. Let's go ahead and pull up the maneuver mode to my lower left, I guess, from where you're looking, and start pulling down the ball, because I'm already at a 31K apoapsis, but I just don't trust these ships. After all the top overs that we've had, we're going toward the sunrise, everybody. We're going, and look at all that infrastructure that apparently only exists at night on Kerbin. Isn't that amazing? I'm going to slow us down. I'm going to slow down our, gain of speed, anyway, as we go, because I don't want to push that apoapsis any higher than it already is. Ooh, the ship is starting to not like how hard I'm pulling on it, but I am going to keep pulling on you, ship. 61, 62, 63 kilometers on the apoapsis. We did not turn down very well at all, but, not for nothing, what are you going to do? Not for nothing, what are you going to do? We've got a 71, a 72 kilometer apoapsis. I'm going to stop us there. Yeah, this is not going to be one of my best ups, but, as long as we have enough Delta V to get to the moon, And the fact that we wasted some here shouldn't impact that at all. Isn't that how that works? Right? Must be. Warp me up. Evening, Ronan Pawn. Good luck with your extraterrestrial travels. Thank you, Smudgely. And have a good night. Sure, Pawn's the rapist doesn't make any sexual proposals. I'm gonna say the rapist. I'm going to say the rapist. Oh. Well, we're on prograde. You're fine. You can keep burning. Go ahead and burn. Burn from here in atmosphere. Burn from here in atmosphere. I see that we're losing the height, so I'll pull up a bit. I'll pull up a bit. I'll pull up a bit. There we go. That should even it out. Pull the Apwaps back up. It's not. Just pull harder. Pull harder. Want to see, but look at that friggin' sunrise over Kerbin. You know, that's what we're here for. Not for keeping these tourists alive. Clearly. Okay, almost out of fuel here. And get to the second stage. Apwaps is just ahead of us here. And I'm just holding it there by being exactly where I am on the ball. I know how to game this game. We had 2,000 meters per second abouts when we dropped that stage. And our periapsis is still pretty deep in Kerbin. So I'm hoping that we end this with enough DV remaining to actually get where we're going. It's gonna be fucking tight, is how it feels right now. Yeah, it's gonna be fucking tight. Oh, goodness. How fucking tight it's gonna be. Hold that Apwaps just near you, buddy. Just near you. It'll come back in just a second. And I will start throttling down to hold it right on top of us. Periapsis up to negative 80 kilometers. Gonna go ahead and nose down on the prograde a bit and fire all the way back up. Periapsis is coming up. Now I'm gonna slow down and boom, we have ourselves a circularization 72 to 73 with 1,177 meters of delta V remaining. Now, just so you know what I do, that's really fucking tight, if not impossible. Let's go to the delta V map. So 860 plus 310 just to get the circularization is basically 1,200 delta V, and we have basically 1,200 delta V. That said, by using the Oberth effect, we have been doing this a lot more efficient than this map says that we can do this. And this, I believe, is a 14-kilometer circularization. So we don't need 310 to get where we're going, which means that we will probably have 150 to 200 delta V remaining to get back to Kerbin when we go to leave, which is, as I may have said earlier, really fucking tight. Paul, if you were staying on the planet, the rapist would be therapist with no space. There you go. That's a way of yep. One may think, but alas, I'm just where I'd like to be. Oh, Smudgely, you're not leaving us. You're not going to beg. You're just saying hello. Well, good, because I'm about to not strand 2 Kerbals in orbit of the moon permanently. I'm about to not do that. Everybody loves it when I not do things. Where's the moon? It's over there. And in terms of being able to, like, transmit and have communication, oh, fuck. We're out of comms, and I didn't open our I didn't get the antenna extended beforehand. Can I still send the signal to extend the antenna? Extend the antenna, please. We are out of comms for some reason right now. Where is the satellite that we would want to talk to? There's one here, and there's one there. They should be bouncing the signal off of, if there's any fucking comm station out here, we should be seeing that. What's the problem? What is the problem with that? Do they not have the transmission power? Even, like, this one's got 2 of them on it. Is that... I mean, surely the first satellites are, or the first comms like that... Surely the first antennas that do, you know, retransmission are meant for use in exactly this scenario. So why do we not have comms right now from them to them? Is there a mode that I have to put them into or something? Let's switch to the... Let's F5, because the game may crash, and then let's switch to this. Is there a mode for these antennas? Because we got 2 of them here. Remove from symmetry, retract, transmit data, require complete, same vessel interaction, aim camera, auto strut. I don't know what remove from symmetry is, but there's no mode. Antenna rating is 5 million meters and combinable, and there's 2 of them on here. So we have contact with the ground. Can transmit science. Those satellites may not be in range of base. We have contact. Ooh, right there. Let's go back to this. Switch to you. And this vessel does not have communication. There's one more thing that I could check here before I just say this game is shit. Which I do say anyway. Leave remove from symmetry lets you get 1 up at a time. Oh, okay. That makes sense. The one thing that I could do is I could take you out of hibernation. Oh, you're not in hibernation mode. Hibernate off. Aim camera, auto strut, configure vessel naming, control point, control from here, rename toggle torque, curb net access. Okay. Never actually looked at this. What? Field of view. Refresh? I don't... That... Nifty and all. Doesn't really do anything for me, though. I'm still soft and flaccid over here. Why? God damn it, I did all this work and it doesn't count for anything, this fucking game. What's the range on the ship's antenna? Let's find out. Let's find out. I mean, we've been out to the fucking moon with this antenna and a probe and it's been fine. So that's its range. 500K. 500K. Those satellites are... 2 to 3 million out there. KerbNet access locates things on the planet. So is that the issue? So the idea here would be then that the base stations themselves have a transmission distance, and we've been able to communicate with those easily with this antenna because it's got a huge range and it hits us. But this antenna has a 500,000 meter range, and the ones up there only have they have 5 million, so they're 5 million. If they're receiving, then they should be able to bounce it down to us if the base stations can send it to us at the moon. Right? Something wrong with me here? Like, we could say that because this one only has 500,000, then it has to be within range of something from this antenna, but that means that its 5 million range is worth shit. It doesn't matter. We are definitely within 5 million meters of that satellite. Then why does it even have a range? What's its fucking use to this? Try moving the vessel, even just turning it on. Yeah, no, I can't move it. Ah, now I can. We just got the signal back. But it does allow me to do certain things. It's limited probe control. I just found that out in the last, 2 missions ago, Kenneth. So, yeah, I didn't know either that I can turn SAS on and off. I can pop doors. I can, fire things, but I can't control the ship in terms of moving it. But now we just got it back. Where are we receiving communication from? From down here, a base station that should have been doing this and then back to us. So this game is shit, is what I have to say. I said I'd get there, I got there. This game is fucking shit. What's the idea there? What fucking extra layer of fucking math haven't I seen? I've got a relay satellite that has a 5 million range. This vessel is within 5 million of it. The fuck? I don't know. I'm sure somebody, I would love to have it explained to me. Field of view, maybe? I mean, but we were, here and it was there. Maybe there is, I remember there being, an occlusion thing where the planet itself, its occlusion is larger than it is. But, I mean, we should also see in map mode that we have a line drawn to that right now. I think it's not doing its job at all. That's what I think. Imagine a planetary body could block comms. Yes, absolutely, but it hasn't, we're not there. We weren't there. It wasn't obscured or occluded. And it was, the main point of doing that fucking mission, in addition to getting a bunch of money, was so that we could fucking have comms with these little probes when we're over places where we can't, and apparently it doesn't fucking matter. Doesn't fucking matter. Maybe I have to put, you know, a 5 million antenna on this and a 5 million antenna on that, in which case, what the fuck? Alright, so the moon is coming up, F5. But yeah, if somebody could find out, because I remember reading articles about it when people started figuring out what the fuck was going on with it, and they were very complicated and convoluted. There was actually a spreadsheet that I had once of, like, what could talk to what, because it's such a complicated, obfuscated system that they had come up with for this bullshit that, you know, depending on which tier of the ground station is active, plus what tier of the relay antenna, plus the other thing. But if somebody could look that up and give me a reasonable explanation, I would greatly appreciate it. I will still shout, this game is shit, and what the fuck, but, you know, we'll at least have an explanation. So we're ready to burn for the moon. About now. I'm gonna start burning and hope that I don't lose comms mid-burn, because that's a thing that could happen. So out to you, burning for the moon just as it rises over the horizon. Yeah, I'm not gonna read the fucking wiki on ComNet. If somebody wants to give me an explanation, though, you know, I've got Kerbalpedia in the fucking game, which was their solution to their systems being overly complicated and not accessible in this highly educational product. Ask China, they know what's up. I think he is too close to Kerbin and it will only connect with a base station and not a relay. Like that antenna doesn't talk to relays or something? Power rating on both ends is taken into account if that makes a difference to you. Well, just, you know, a straightforward explanation. That's all. Just like a full explanation. Oh, good. Just as I killed my engines, we went out of comms range. It's a good thing that we had just killed the engines, but it means that I can't complete this burn to the moon until we get away. You know, you do things in the game to have a sense of satisfaction and reward and to have accomplished something, and setting up a comms net so that your probes in hard mode can actually have communication is one of those things. I do it, and it doesn't count. I now have 2 probes that have line of sight on me, and I'm out of communication, along with being, how many? 95 kilometers above the surface of Kerbin. When considering the antenna power of your vessel, direct antennas and relay antennas combine to give you a power to calculate signal strength back to the KSC. However, if a different vessel is connecting through you to communicate with the KSC, the direct antennas are disregarded in any calculations made. Does that explain it? Because that didn't explain it to me. I don't understand what's being communicated there. Hey, we've got power again. Okay, so let's finish off this maneuver. We'll continue burning on the prograde.
A vessel rendezvoused with the above craft with a measly Communotron 16 will have to communicate back to the KSC through the relay, as its antenna is not strong enough to communicate with the KSC directly, as this small probe craft will only consider the RA-100 relay antenna on the relay craft when calculating its connection back to the KSC. The power rating of the relay vessel drops and therefore the signal strength will drop to 26. Please note the calculations for these numbers have.
Okay, so thank you for the explanation. The explanation is this game is shit. If I have to get out a fucking slide rule in order to calculate whether or not the antennas are gonna fucking communicate, then why even have numbers in the goddamn game? 500K, 5 million meters. What communicates? Well, the power is that you take the division of and then the operand over, which results in 26.7% operational and then you gotta also consider, fuck you! No! That's not how you make a game. That's not how you make a game, folks. Thanks, though. But yeah, the explanation is this game is shit, is what we've landed on. And I've got myself a moon periapse at 7.3 kilometers over the moon. But I mean, Jesus Christ, did you hear that? Fucking goddamn, get me out a fucking dictionary, trigonometry, I'll do some fucking math and figure out whether or not the antennas, one of 9 million things that have to be considered, are gonna work in this game about space travel. Cool. And then Pawn goes, Mr. Torque, that sentence had too many syllables, apologize. It's, look at the fucking explanation. I just listened to it and don't know what it said. And that is a whole explanation taken from a Wikipedia page. The explanation you get in game is like this. It's just like that. That's what you get in game. 500k combinable. Understand now? No. Read the wiki. I just read a couple of paragraphs from it. Do you understand now? Fucking no! No, of course I don't. Jesus Christ. I hope they integrate this into KSP too. That'll be a good move. Alright, so we've got the encounter with the moon. 318 meters per second in Delta V remaining. I think we can do it. It's gonna be tight, as I've been saying, but I think we can do it. Also, I'm being told that we have science we could collect, which we can't collect because it's a crew report and we don't have any crew. So, okay. Electric charge. Need to have your... into the wind. Into the solar wind, so to speak. Which direction do I pull you? Pull this way, so that we can be into the solar wind. Yeah, thank you. And then, like that, the SAS on. And, also, we've got you hibernate in auto. Okay, now we can go. Goodbye, Kerbin. Hello, Moon. I just hear the new science notification? You did. You did, but we can't collect it, because it's not the right kind of science. It's the kind of science we can't collect right now. Okay, goodbye, Kerbin. We are going to get really fucking close to the moon with these guys. In fact, we're getting so close to the moon, I should stop out here and make sure that it hasn't changed. 7,300 is real low. But the moon is also relatively flat. Like, that'd get you killed on Minmus, but I don't think the moon... I think you're okay on the moon. Am I wrong about that? I could be wrong about that. I'm not. Okay. 7327 coming in. F5. Gravity slingshot. Let's go out to Duna. We could get to Duna on this mission, and then I could land it and be done playing this shitty game. I'm still having fun with it. I want everyone in the world to agree with me that that is a shitty fucking game design right there. Like, just take all of the math out of it, occlude all the math, and then, like, create a system that you can have it be complicated and shit on the surface. Just make it so that there's, like, you can look at a couple of figures in the game screen and know whether it's going to communicate or not. Not be like, well, if the ground station has a communication with the band and if something else is communicating through it, then the... Like, who are you doing that for at that point, game developer? Because it sure the fuck isn't for the player, right? Right? Am I right? I'm right? Welcome to the moon, Karul and Sigri Kerman. I hope you've enjoyed the rantings of the Ronin Pawn. They will be carrying on throughout the program. Ready for KSP 2? I'm ready to see a actual game development staff who have taken over Kerbal Space Program build a game out of the train fucking, what is it that dads play with? The train set that is Kerbal Space Program 1, because it was made by dads for dads. And it is, you like playing with trains? But, you know, in space? Okay. It's like for fans by fans. Take two will just develop. Hey, Pawn, you've accomplished the flyby. Let's arrange the return now. I need the orbit, actually. The orbit is the next part of this. That is part of their, both of their contracts require me to orbit the moon with them on board. And, let's just hope that that antenna holds out, since, nothing really seems to fucking matter in terms of comms in this game. Yeah, atmospheric pressure scan. Ooh, we'll take it. We'll take it. 21.6 science. Fuck, that might get us another tier. If we can bring it home. That might get us, at least, like, plane parts. I think that's the last of the 45 tiers we could unlock if we wanted plane parts, which could be fun. So we're coming up to our periaps. We need an orbit. We don't need a, you know, circularization. We just need something that qualifies as an orbit, which is what we're going to do here. Friends, lovers, true. Ooh. We're passing right over the pinball wizard. Where is he? It's down there somewhere. Okay, if you could load in the graphics at some point here. I thought we were right over him. What? He's behind us? He's back there? Where the fuck is he? You're supposed to put up... There he is. There he is. And then the other one's on the other side. There he was. Okay, periapsis coming up on it now. No time warp. Find your prograde. Find your retrograde. Your retrograde. Retrograde, pawn. Pass the periaps now. Hopefully not hitting the surface of the moon. Didn't entirely check that. Okay, and burn. And do it slowly now. Right on the retrograde there. We have a circularization, we have an orbit anyway, of the moon with 240 meters per second. 244 left. Okay. 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 F5ing from here. 244 meters per second left that needs to get these Kerbals back to the surface of the things and the places and the stuff. We will be in hibernation in warp, so we should be fine for electric charge. Okay. Transmit that science report and then rerun it. That is a thing that I could do, isn't it? Nope, not gonna fuck with my electric charge right now. Because we're about to go on the dark side of the moon. So, F5 once more. And let's watch our comms as we pass behind the moon. Because we want to go around the moon once, as we did before. There, now we're out of comms. Cool. And we're still just getting communication from the base, but both of the satellites are further away than Kerbin right now. Now they are closer, and neither of them did a goddamn thing for us, which is also nifty. Also, the moon is almost going to block our communication with Kerbin if I keep going here. No? No, we're going to be fine. We're going to be... Oh, we're really close. Okay, out to the Apoaps. We want to go around, pawn. What are you doing? Right, we go around. F5 from here. Go around, back down to the periaps, so that when we do blow our Apoaps out, it will be on the moon's retrograde, at least to some extent, which will give us... we'll be using our thrust in a direction that will slow us down and get us closer to Kerbin instead of the other way round that. Okay, you're not going to hit the moon? No, you're not. All right, up to the periaps again. Going into darkness here, but we've got a lot of electric charge. Get up to the periaps. And get on your prograde. And let's escape the moon's sphere of influence, the SOI. And watch as our Kerbin periaps, whenever that becomes a thing I can read considerably. There we go. Okay, periaps 7.4. I'm going to burn harder and faster now. Harder and faster. Harder and faster still. Harder and faster still. Beautiful. Beautiful. We're not even going to leave the moon's SOI to set this one up. Oh, this one's so good. Okay, so how about we go a little bit higher than 35K this time? What about 40? 40 seems good, right? And we've got 150 meters per second of delta V left in the tanks that we could drop when we are entering atmosphere, when we get back to Kerbin. That's my plan, Stan. The problem is going to be the same as it was last time, however. Which is that we could lose comms while we're trying to land, despite the fact that we have satellites in orbit specifically so that we won't lose comms while we land. Because this game, if I hadn't mentioned it earlier, shit! Just put that solar panel into the solar wind there. Time to steal the moon! He may need a new windshield, but I think also there's something weird going on with his relays. It could be a 1.10 bug. Who knows? With Kerbal, you never know. They've never really tested their updates before they ship them. Oh god, I came in late and into a seizing orbits. Ooh, Elastic Waste, thank you for the raid. Any explosions today? Some. None that killed anyone yet. Some that have taken pieces off of this ship of mine. And we're about to try and land it again. So, good luck to us with that. Okay, let's go home, everybody. We've got the, let's just check that yes, the itinerary for both of our tourists has been fulfilled. Let's go home. Okay? Okay. Me out of the moon's SOI, please. And... boom! Oh, hello. Oh, no, that's the crew report. We can't do the crew report. Pawn, this game isn't shit. I've been wallowing in it since 0.17. Then you are shit. You're covered in it anyway, Ren. You can't deny that. Let's see if at some point, while we're like about to bump into these satellites, these relay satellites, if we ever have communication with them. No? 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 How about no? Looks like no.
The antenna you have on that craft simply will only connect with Kerbin directly because you are in orbit around Kerbin and its moons. If you leave the SOI of Kerbin, it may then try to use the relays.
I don't believe that that's true. I do not believe that that's true. That doesn't make any sense. Because, I mean, that's the point of having fucking antennas. That's the whole point of doing this. Like, hard mode has less ground stations in order to force you to do things like set up a comm network and things like that. And so you set up a comm network, and then you need communication with the... I refuse to believe that you just cannot communicate with a relay satellite in orbit around Kerbin. That doesn't make any sense. At all. At all. Gameplay, scientifically, in any way that I can imagine it, it doesn't make sense at all. We're not going to make the errors of past this time. We're going to, well, we're going to retract the antenna since it's of no fucking use to us, apparently. Antenna. No, it's out of time warp. Retract the antenna, and then we're going to close the bay up for re-entry. And then we're just going to pray that we happen to be coming down near a base station, because that's the only thing that works in the antennas. In real life, you need one antenna to point at the ground station and another antenna to point at the target. Okay. Here's the thing. Though. If I just pointed at the target, and the ground station is communicating with the target, then I've got communication with the ground station, right? That would be the concept of a relay, yes? And on the two satellites there, I've got one that works, like, for both. I've got two on the better of the two satellites out there. You're still not satisfying my disgruntled attitude toward the game. And even if there is some realism to this, there is still the interest of having a fun game where the players don't need to read a fucking chart where you do math to calculate the this to the that and then the percentage that you have that and then there's a decimal in order to figure out whether or not an antenna is gonna fucking work. Anyway, we're coming in now. Let's see. Oh, good, it's gonna be on the dark side again. That's how we did this last time. Shall we have a perfect repeat? Ooh. That base station is not in a bad place for us. We might actually be able to control this ship at least for some portion of the descent into atmosphere. This could work out. You got connection, brother. I do. For now. Let's let's get our butt into the wind, because I don't know how long I'm going to maintain that connection once we get going. So I'm going to leave you about there. And then F5 and then warp. Imagine how pissed off I will be. Oh, wait. No, you're going to follow the... Yeah, alright, well then just get right on the retrograde and you'll follow it down. Imagine how pissed off I will be if this ship doesn't return. Imagine. That would not be good. Communication. Got a base station right underneath us right now. It's good. But we're not up to our periaps yet. By the time we get there, will we have lost line of sight? It's looking like very likely. Please hit me some atmosphere. I'm going to pull this up. Well, that just shows the apoapsis and periapsis. Oof. Oof, oof, oof. All right, so here's some atmosphere that we're hitting. Okay. Get on the retrograde. And I would love to burn these engines out. I just don't want to start firing them until I absolutely have to. I'd like to be closer to our periapsis. Fuck it, we're burning them. I'm going to empty this liquid fuel. And then I'm going to drop... Well, I'm going to wait. I'm going to wait. All right, we're out of comms now. I'm going to drop it. I'm going to turn SAS off. I shouldn't have turned SAS off. Fuck. The wind did not take us the way that we want it to. So we're going to wobble a bit, but we're out of comms. And the frame rate is just lovely, too. Can you give me the version... Oh, God. Give me the version where the planet's underneath me. Imagine how pissed off I'll be if this ship does not return after I put a fucking satellite in geosynchronous orbit with comms relays on it, so that I wouldn't have this problem the second time, and the game decided that that doesn't count. Imagine what he'd have to say then, friends. Okay, we can lose some of these parts. It's fine. We could even lose the well, we need the probe, and we need the parachutes. It's basically what we need here. So, what's our orbit looking like now? Apoapsis is still dropping, periapsis at 37 kilometers. We only dipped to 40 kilometers on this descent. I didn't want it to be as hard and fast as the last one and to generate as much heat. So, our periapsis is still ahead of us and falling, and we're doing okay, relatively speaking. Activate chutes before Atmo, says Kenneth. Is that a thing I can do? If I right-click them, deploy mode, wind safe, deploy chute. I don't know. If I touch something and there's no reason this craft shouldn't come down. Let's rely on Kerbal Space Program to function. We are still out of contact with ground control. Where are my satellites right now? Oh, right there, right there, like perfectly overhead of us with a antenna on it that says that it communicates within 5 million meters. Is that where we are right now? Okay, cool, with no communication. Excellent. You can adjust altitude for deployment, says Mason. Well, I'm not going to do it now. I'll have to learn that another day. I'm going to fuck with this craft in mid-flight. It looks like we're fine. It looks like we're A-okay. Because we came down good and slow. We're actually rising now. We've gone past our periapsis, but the apoapsis has hit... Aha. Okay, we're in the atmosphere permanently now. We were going back up. We are still going back up, but the apoapsis is going to catch us here, and then we're going to start falling again. Yeah? I did read that right. Yeah. Okay. So we're at 2,200 meters per second, and coming into a descent. That was actually a very good, entry angle. 40 kilometers on this craft worked out very, very well. We didn't see too much heating. We're going to start... Are we going to see more heat or less heat from here? I don't know. Skips off the atmosphere. I hate that phrase. It makes no fucking sense. Skips off the atmosphere. I mean, it does, but it sounds weird. It makes you think like it gains speed or something. Skip off the atmosphere. The ablators got you worried? Holy shit, that ablator's got you worried. So this ablator had 80 on it, and because we were in the atmosphere for so long, scrubbing all of that speed, it has taken a much bigger hit than it did the last time, where we came down at 35 kilometers, and a lot of things on our ship exploded. So yeah, we need you to hold out for another 800 meters per second worth of speed, ablator, would be helpful. Even when it goes... The ship can sustain some heat itself. There's transmission amongst the parts. It can radiate some of the heat. It won't just instantly explode because the ablator's gone. But wow, 80 ablator at 40 kilometers, it might just be perfect, or it could be really, really shitty. Hey, we've got comms again, if I wanted to do something. I don't really need to do anything right now, but whoa, SAS on. I'll turn the SAS on, and I'll put us directly on our retrograde, and I'll hold it there for as long as we've got electric charge. Okay? Okay. I don't want a fizz warp, you know? I don't know if you could guess why. So, let's just not look at those numbers for a minute. Instead, let's look at, well, the darkness of Kerbin, because there's nothing to see here, really. It looks like we're going to get a water landing, though, based on where we're going, which is going to be a lot better than last time. A lot safer. How are we doing on that ablator? Oh, 6 point some, down to 1,400 meters per second. That was the perfect amount of ablator for this mission, as well as the perfect amount of fuel, you know, to have a little bit extra, I guess. Transmit those tourists' last words to their families? No, we're fine. We're fine. We made it. I don't have to be incredibly extra double pissed off at Kerbal Space Program for the antenna system being the stupidest shit ever. Fucking Windows can't install updates. You've never been able to install updates, you son of a bitch. So, did you guys have a good time? You left at night, you came home at night. It was fun, wasn't it? Huh? You been out there for 4 days? Oh shit. We didn't put a toilet in that pod. What have you guys... You know what? I don't want to know. I don't want to know. Another crew report is available. I don't care. I do not care. We have made it through the atmosphere. I'm turning SAS off. Let the atmosphere go ahead and take us and drift us. So, we were being pulled off of our retrograde there due to atmospheric drag from having just one of these on one side. And that's why it was pulled out to one side like that. So that's something for me to bear in mind in future, is that you can't just get away with it. In every instance, anyway. Having a little bit more weight on one side. It didn't. You didn't feed them either, so it was all good. Yeah, but they would have had to go at least twice after they took off. Unless they've been fasting beforehand. I wonder if Gene tells them to fast before. Houston doesn't interact with the... I won't allow it anymore. There was an incident with a funeral that he showed up drunk, and it's not good for PR. Paul, and just pretend they're German Kerbals. They like doing weird stuff with things that should... Okay, that's... Wish I hadn't read that aloud. Too much ablator, only need 74 next time. Are we gaining speed now? We are. We need to flop a little bit in the wind so that we don't come down faster than we would like to. Like, get some body lift and some drag and whatnot. The parachutes are ready to deploy. I can't see where the ground is below us, so I think I'll deploy them just in case it's rushing up at us. No, it's not. We are over water, it would appear, by the fact that those two match. The radar altitude and the orbital altitude. You should not have survived the atmosphere. Why not? What's going to happen now? Did I bring back like a horrible dictator Kerbal, and they're going to oppress people beneath horrible game design where antennas require a fucking slide rule and an abacus to calculate? Is that what they're going to do? You fuckers! You can die! Explodes because water. Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised. Why does Jeb have a goatee now? Sorry? Oh, no, I'm Ronan Pawn. What do you mean, goatee? Nobody's got a goatee. There's no goatees here. Alright, so now we're coming down at... Ooh, this one's coming down slower than the last one. That's interesting. Why is that? Is that because we're actually at a lower altitude over sea level? And so the atmosphere is even denser here, so instead of like 5.3, 5.4 meters per second, we're going down at 5.1, 5.2. That's just how detailed the physics is in this game, and if only they had paid as much attention to the design of the game. We're going to go ahead and fizz warp down. We're safe. All is well in the world of Kerbal. As we approach the frame rate has not been safe for a long time, though. I don't know what the fuck happened. I think the game needs a restart. Oh, average Joe Tree. Good mission. We did it again. Second time proved this time nothing blew up on the craft, so we'll make more money, and also there will be less things said in the Kerbal newspapers about our space agency from tourists who feared for their lives as multiple parts exploded during re-entry. .9 meters per second. Let's have ourselves a nice touchdown. Splashdown in the water. Welcome home, everybody. Welcome home. What, now you're afraid? You just orbited the fucking moon, friend. Wait. What's your look? Yeah, the frame rate has it's...
Kerbin now has 6 Kerbinauts. One is still searching for unobtainium but have not been heard from since returning from space.
But she'll bring it back. She will bring it back. Little magnets with the 600 bits. Thank you so much. I got another emote. What did I get? I got Pride Laugh. All right. See, now that's fine. That one's reasonable. The Pride Laugh. It's just a person laughing. That's fine. Recover the vessel and pat myself on the back for another successful mission that should put us over the 450,000 Kerbins that we needed in order to upgrade the VAB, which is going to make it so much easier to do, any mission from here on out, without the 30 parts count restriction. Is that indeed what happened? We have a total of 48 science. We could buy one more tier of 45 science, tier 40. We could buy one more tier of science, the plain parts. We have 465,000 Kerbins, and if, my friends, I were to buy the VAB right now, we would have enough money to launch precisely one mission and then be bankrupt. That was not my smartest idea. It's actually fine, because we could always take another mission from Mission Control that would give us an advance, and then we'd be able to launch another ship. Also, I'm really good at Kerbal, so no biggie, right? No biggie? No biggie. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, I think that's going to be the end of KSP for the day. If we go any longer, I will be even lower energy, especially having spent so much shouting at the game for being shit. As it is. But we're going to have to put off the actual moon landing and return mission until next live stream. We finally have all of the pieces in place. It should be easy now. Also, we've started using the big fins that should account for the crafts toppling in atmosphere for no fucking reason, because the game's shit. More tourist missions, Sister Macy. No, I think we've done enough tourist missions. The 2 will do. We saw it through. Let's take a poo. Don't ask me who. This game itself can screw. I am the Ronin Pawn. Thank you for coming out to KSP Hardcore Pawn Live. These are coming out as edited episodes on YouTube, at least so far. We'll see how long I edit them, and if people don't get watching them, eventually I will burn out. But right now I'm editing them because I want to. So tell your friends. Because I'm not allowed to on the Kerbal Space Program forums, because I've got a fucking potty mouth. The cunts over there don't think I can fucking... Anyway, I will see you back here on another day with some more Kerbal, and eventually probably some Cluster Truck, and hopefully never some XCOM 2. Thank you everybody for coming out. I'll see you next time.